Welcome back to Grassroots Media, and welcome back to High School Game Day, represented by McAfee McAfee Attorneys at Law. If you hear any noise in my background, I have both Barry Carter and Mark Brooks, who probably talk as much as I do, and we're all from the west end of Greene County, so don't get around us in Mossheim on a Friday night. I asked Barry to be my co-host for the High School Game Day today, and he told me that he was too busy eating popcorn, so I'll let you take that for what it's worth. I'm sure that there's going to be some kind of stuff in my fat mouth joke on the radio Greeneville broadcast later, and that's okay. We'll just add that to the 20-plus years of love between Coach Barry Carter and I. Huh? Oh, you love me. You love me. You love me as much as I love you. That's right. All right, we have only a handful of games. We have 10 games tonight in Region 1 in TSSAA high school football. There's a lot of teams that are on bye week this week, including most of Greene County, with the exception of North Greene and South Greene. South Greene is at Eagleton. North Greene is here at home against Unaka. And tonight, we'll just jump right in. As soon as we're not going to go anywhere after this broadcast, as soon as we finish up here, Brian and Barry will be live on Radio Greeneville, the Big Dog 103.1. We're going to pop them into our broadcast as we do every week, and they'll take us with the Biggie's Deli pregame show. They'll have us live there as they'll talk about this game in detail. They'll have a lot more to talk about. They'll dive into the ins and outs of this game, what we can kind of expect here in this contest tonight. What I will tell you as a preview of this is that this is an important game for North Greene. It's an important game for Unaka as well. Both teams are in desperate need of wins for the morale going into the end of the season. First up, though, tonight, Unicoi County travels to Claiborne County, and that is a game where Unicoi County is going to be, it's a decent road trip for the Blue Devils. I don't know that the Blue Devils are going to have a whole lot of trouble taking care of business when they head up to Claiborne County tonight, as the Blue Devils will take on the Bulldogs. I think Unicoi County is just going to be a little bit too much tonight. The ground game, the little bit of passing that they can do, defensive. Claiborne's just not, I don't think that they're there. I don't think that they have the depth to be able to keep up with Unicoi County tonight. Tennessee High travels to Cott County. Tennessee High is a team that we talk about every week. They're a strange team this year. They've got a good team, but they've struggled to get in the win column all season long. They've played good games. They're 4-3 on the year. They have an above 500 record. But they feel like, they should have a little bit better record than what they do. But tonight I expect the Tennessee High Vikings to head to Cott County and take care of business over the Cott County Big Red there in Cott County. Now, Cott County 1-6. They've lost a lot of close games this year. They lost a close game not only to Chuggy Doak, but they played also a one-score game, I believe, to Gatlinburg-Pittman early on in the year. I just don't know that they have enough to stay and hang with Tennessee High tonight. Cloudland is on the road at Cosby. This is a Cloudland team we saw here at North Greene just a couple of weeks ago on homecoming. It's a team that doesn't, they don't really like to throw the ball. They do when they need to, but they don't throw the ball a whole lot. They've got a lot of guys up front that are big, strong. They're quick and agile. They move the line of scrimmage. They control the line of scrimmage, and they let their guys do what they need to do on the ground. That is a game tonight that it is a Region 1 conference or 1A conference game. It's a game that I expect Cloudland to come out and be firing on all cylinders, take care of business in Cosby tonight, but it is a conference game. It's a region game. You never know really what's going to happen. Cloudland 4-3. They're not the Cloudland team that really we've seen in the past. They don't have all the athletes. They don't have all the weapons and things. Their defense is not as solid as it has been in years past. But I think that their offense is just going to control the clock, control the football, control offensive time of possession, and Cloudland gets it done big tonight in Cosby, I do believe. Happy Valley coming off a huge win last week against South Greene. Happy Valley started out the year 0-3. In the last 4 weeks, they are 4-0. It's just been a tale of two parts of the season for the Warriors. It's a game that last week we really didn't expect to see. We didn't expect to see what we saw, but as we mentioned on High School Game Day last week and in the Biggie's Deli pregame show, it was a trap game for the South Greene Rebels. It's a game where South Greene has some big games coming up down the stretch, teams that they think that they're going to, that they felt that they were going to have a little bit more competition against. Happy Valley comes out in that big set that they like to run, that they really kind of just switched to mid-season this year. They controlled the time of possession. They controlled the offense and defensive line of scrimmage. You know, South Greene just wasn't able to make the tackles when they needed to make the tackles last week. And last Friday night, Happy Valley was able to pull out an upset. With that being said, they have a long road trip to Cumberland Gap tonight, do the Warriors. But I do not think, having seen the Panthers play a couple times this year, I don't know that the Panthers have anything for Happy Valley. With that being said, the style of offense that Happy Valley runs, they have to stay ahead of the chains. If Cumberland Gap is able to either A, control time of possession, stay ahead of the chains themselves, get in the end zone, kind of work things a little bit like they tried to do against North Greene here and did successfully against North Greene. If they're able to do that successfully tonight against Happy Valley isn't able to be as successful offensively. That could be a little closer game than expected. But coming off a big win last week, being 4-0 in the last 4 weeks, I think Happy Valley's got all the momentum heading their way. Big win tonight over Cumberland Gap is my pick. Sevier County sitting at 6-1, traveling to Daniel Boone. You know, this is a game that in the last few years has been kind of a toss-up type of game. I think Sevier County is just too much for Daniel Boone tonight. Even though it is at home, I think it's going to be a little bit lower scoring game, a little bit tighter game than maybe some of the experts think. To quote Lee Corso, who my good friend Barry Carter is about as old as Lee Corso. Yeah. That's pretty accurate, right? It's got to be. Sevier County, I think, just is just going to be too much tonight on both sides of the ball and certainly up front for Daniel Boone in tonight's game. I will say that, you know, it's a big game for Daniel Boone. They're sitting at 500, have an opportunity to knock off Sevier County, have an opportunity to do some things and be successful in a way that they've really not been this year. They've been kind of a team that's just kind of they really need to turn the corner, and tonight beating a team at home, they do have the home field advantage. Beating a team at home in Sevier County, a 6-1 Sevier County Smoky Bears team, I think would be a good way to do it. When we come back from break, we'll continue on. We've got 5 more games to discuss here on High School Game Day, represented by McAfee and McAfee Attorneys at Law, and we'll be back right here on Grassroots Media. Need a utility line trenched out? Whatever your light backhoe needs, groundhog trenching is the solution. Groundhog trenching does the digging so you don't have to. Whether you need to bore under the driveway, sidewalk, road, or maybe you just need help with your next livestock burial, groundhog trenching can do the job. Give us a call or even send us a text today to find out how the groundhog can help on your next project. Call 423-823-8308. That's 423-823-8308.
Hometown Realty of Greeneville is selling Greeneville and Greene County 1 yard at a time. Every coach knows making the right call is what makes his team successful. If you want success in moving your real estate, Get the home field advantage. Make sure to make the right call. Call Hometown Realty and Auction of Greeneville. Hometown Realty offers you professional service with local hometown people you know and trust. Call Hometown Realty of Greeneville today. 423-639-2345.
Welcome back to Grassroots Media, and welcome back to the high school game day represented by McAfee and McAfee Attorneys at Law. Jumping right back into Greene County play, South Greene is on the road at Eagleton Academy tonight. Eagleton Academy, a 2-5 school, one of their wins this year against the Buffaloes of West Greene. South Greene definitely needing to come out and have a strong night tonight on both sides of the football, after losing their first game last week to Happy Valley. It's a game that was certainly an upset. It was certainly a game that was, again, trap game, but you got another region game. And it's another team that you should take care of business on, but it's also another team that if you don't come out and play sound, fundamental football, take care of the football, play good defense, not miss a lot of tackles, play disciplined and not get a lot of silly personal foul penalties, which we saw last week an abundance of. If you come out and take care of business, then I think that the South Greene Rebels probably have nothing to worry about tonight against Eagleton Academy. But again, that's why they play the game. It's late in the year. You do have some guys that are a little bit banged up, some things like that going on. But I think South Greene has enough firepower on offense, and certainly their defense is going to be hungry after last week. I look for South Greene to go to Eagleton Academy and be victorious tonight. Volunteer Elizabethton. 0-7 Volunteer, Elizabethton 7-0. It's kind of like looking in a mirror. It's just the exact opposite. Volunteer is a team that, you'd like. We've said it every week pretty much since about week 3, week 4, that Volunteer is in a must-win situation. I mean, at this point, 3 games left in their season. Volunteer, there's not a lot that they can do. Obviously, playing tight against, Elizabethton in the first quarter, first half can be a real moral victory for the Volunteer Falcons. But, Elizabethton just on a different playing field, a different level right now. And this game is at Elizabethton. So, I expect the Cyclones to come out and play tough, play fast, play loose, get that game in early, get those guys some extra rest as they head down the stretch, because you've got a game against Greeneville coming up in a couple of weeks. David Crockett heads on the road to Morristown West. This is a game, you got 2 teams, 3-4 on the year. Morristown West playing pretty decent football this year. They went to Greeneville earlier in the season and, almost made a miraculous comeback in the second half. They've got the team that can do some things. They've done some things well this year. They've played well, but they just can't seem to get over that hump in some of the competition that they've played. They do play at home tonight. That is a home game for the Trojans. David Crockett, I just do not think, I don't think that they have anything for Morristown West tonight. I think that's going to be a pretty big margin. I mean, both teams sitting at 3-4, but one of those 4 losses for David Crockett is against a AA South Greene team. And again, that's not taking anything away against South Greene. I think it just speaks more volumes to David Crockett and about where they are as a program right now. This is not the David Crockett team from a few years ago. With that being said, that is a potential that it could be, a 1-2 score game, but I think Morristown West is going to take control of that game early, and I expect Morristown West to run away with that game. Dobbins Bennett, William Blunt. William Blunt's a team that earlier in the year just kind of surprised us with a 5-0 record to start out. Started out the year 4-0. They started out the year 4-0, lost 2 games in a row in pretty unbelievable fashion. Large margins of loss there in those 2 games back-to-back, and then they were able to pull out a win there last week. William Blunt, I think, in this game, it is at home. Dobbins Bennett on the road. Pretty long travel there to Blount County for the Kingsport Indians. And, Dobbins Bennett 3-3. I think Dobbins Bennett is going to be the favorite in that game. In fact, I would say to the tune of that game is going to be a score or more game tonight in Blount County. Unaka at North Greene. That is our game here. Brian and Barry will have more on the Biggie's Deli pregame show, talking a little bit more about this game in depth, the ins and outs, and you'll hear Coach Eric Tilson talk. You heard Coach Eric Tilson talk last night on the Malone Record Service Eric Tilson show. You heard him talk. You heard him talk about his team and coming down the stretch here, having to win these games and put his team in a position to, not only be playoff eligible, but put them in a better position, have a higher seeding going into the playoffs. So we'll defer the in-game analysis and the in-depth analysis to both Brian and Barry, and we'll hear again Coach Eric Tilson talk to Brian as he sat down with him this week, and he talked to him about not only the trajectory of his team so far this season, but also just about this game tonight. And so it is a 1-1A game, both teams sitting at 2-5, both teams fighting for playoff position in this Region 1-1A conference. So with that, again, 10 games this week. 10 games in Region 1, and that's what we have. 10 games across Region 1 in all areas of football. A lot of teams on bye. Greeneville, West Greene, Chucky Doak, all on bye this week, week 9 technically. There are, I guess, if you call it week 0 all the way up to week 10, or you go from week 1 to week 11, there are just a few weeks left in the season, the high school football regular season. 3 Greene County teams are on bye this week. South Greene travels to Eagleton Academy, looking to get back on track after that loss to Happy Valley last week, needing to not let the train derail completely and get that region win tonight, setting up a big game against Hampton later on this year. Tonight you also have, again, Unaka North Greene. As Unaka and North Greene are warming up here, we have probably about 45 minutes until kickoff at 7 o'clock. We're going to stay right here. We're going to stay live. We'll have the camera up and running. You'll see warm-ups and stuff going on at 7 o'clock. Brian and Barry will go live with the pregame show, and we will roll right into kickoff at 7:30. So stay right here on Grassroots Media. Again, kickoff in 45 minutes. Pregame show, Biggie's Deli pregame show, coming up here in about 10 minutes, 10 to 12 minutes, and we'll get rocking and rolling here from the Tundra at exit 36 in Bayleton. What do you have to say? All right. Barry says he loves me. I don't believe it. After this break, we'll be back, and we'll roll right into the pregame show here in just about 10 minutes here on Grassroots Media. At Corner Pond, the friendly and knowledgeable staff has the experience necessary to help you out regardless the need. Have an item of value you'd like to pawn or sell? Corner Pond can help. They pawn numerous items of value, including firearms, tools, ammunition, silver, coins, and much more. When you walk through their doors, you'll find well-stocked shelves full of electronics, gaming systems, fishing and hunting equipment, car audio and accessories. And don't forget about the room full of guitars and basses and amplifiers, or their outside lawn and garden equipment. Corner Pond is a case knife dealer and carries numerous used knives as well. Stop by and let the friendly staff at Corner Pond help you today at 432 East Bernard Avenue, Greeneville, Tennessee. Tommie's Plumbing has provided professional plumbing services to the residents of Greeneville, Tennessee for over 30 years. Our experience and reputation have helped us grow our business to add locations in Jonesboro, Tennessee. Tommie's Plumbing is local and family owned, and we offer a full line of plumbing services, such as kitchen faucet, shower faucets, commodes, and bathroom faucets, as well as drain cleaning. We also provide outside plumbing work, such as septic and sewer drain cleanouts, as well as repair and replace. Tommie's Plumbing pretty much does it all. Tommie's Plumbing is licensed, bonded, and insured. Our quality workmanship and passion to provide our clients with expert service is second to none. We guarantee we have the best warranty around. For all your plumbing needs, give Tommie's a call at 638-3662. Remember those days when life was simpler and every corner held a treasure just waiting to be discovered? Pettit's Market was a place where memories were made and where stories were woven. Here you'll find more than just goods. You'll find a piece of the past wrapped in the embrace of today. Pettit's Market is where neighbors become friends, friends become family, and good food and love holds everything together.
So step inside, make memories, eat good, and leave happy. Pettit's Market, the little store with a big welcome. The mission at TRC Logistics is providing independent advice and identifying the right fit for you. Services are sourced and procured based on solution specifications provided by our supply chain solution. TRC Logistics has the freight management experience you need with the quality you can depend on. Customer service is our goal, not increased profit margins. The mission at TRC Logistics is simple: to provide high-quality services in a timely manner. Our team caters to each project's specific needs to ensure excellence. When service matters, TRC Logistics is the solution.
fit, don't fit. World wanna know how I got like this, I need extra. So you know I can't quit. Looking like a lick, trying to catch my drip, I need
Do you have me talking to you right now? Okay, all right. All right, thanks.
Yep, I got you. I got you. Loud and clear. Well, I hear.
Okay, Jeff. We are going to be sending our raw audio onto Grassroots, so we just have to be careful what we say, okay? You didn't hear? Okay. He does not hear you, so you can cuss me all you want, but I can't, I guess. No, go to, I record to McAfee McAfee commercial. I can do this, Dalton. Let me see. What number am I? 6. Can you hear me now? Still? Okay. Never mind. Don't mess up, Jeff. I'm not going to talk in breaks.
I can mute you.
Huh?
Like, if we go to break and you say you're going to break, since I'm when you say we're going to break, I'm going to break, and then we'll take that. You'll hear them. You'll hear the commercial. Oh, I can? Okay, I'm going to do it. So it'll be just like normal. So even if I can't hear him, I'll hear the commercials. If y'all don't care, give me a little test real quick.
Check 1 2 3. Check 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 1 2. Check 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 1 2 3. Check 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 1 2 3. 30 seconds, Barry. 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
30 seconds, Barry.
30 seconds. 30 seconds, Barry. Yes, yeah. One testing. 1 2 3 4. You hear me, Dalton?
Yes.
Welcome you back into the Tundra here at North Greene High School for our Gateway 4D-Sod Game of the Week, featuring the North Greene Huskies and the Unaka Rangers. Brian Staten joined by the coach Barry Carter as we bring you tonight's Friday night action under the lights, which a light action for a lot of teams throughout region play. Tonight, though, the second oldest football rivalry for the North Greene Huskies. With the drop of South Greene and Chucky Doak, this game moves into that slot. Still the oldest, the West Greene Buffaloes. Unaka and North Greene enter here tonight, two playoff teams from a season ago. A Unaka team that advanced to the second round, and a lot of promise entering this season prior to the injury bug. So, Connor McKinney will be the new quarterback for the Unaka Rangers after 3 weeks into the season. He takes over at 3 weeks in. He's their best athlete. He was their best receiver. He is their fastest back. And, oh, by the way, still can throw the football. Cloudland leads this league with a 3-0 record. Jellicoe sits in second. And a win today could put North Greene in third. But a loss could also make the season finale with Cosby a very interesting showdown to make the playoffs. Meanwhile, for Unaka, they're looking for that home playoff berth. The issue is they're going to need some help. They're going to need a loss from Jellicoe, plus they're going to have to win out the season. And on that schedule still looms the number one team in the region, the Cloudland Highlanders. Here tonight against North Greene, they look to take care of business, as do the North Greene Huskies. As mentioned, joined by the coach Barry Carter. Coach, a Unaka team that will come in here again. They went to the second round last year. They fell to Coalfield as they exited the playoffs, and they came in with a lot of expectation with quarterback play, with some offensive line play, but they've been decimated by some injuries. They were already short-staffed. They're just kind of making things work this season, and so far it's been pretty effective for them.
Well, they're coming in 2-1. That's a pretty good job. I mean, 3-5. 2-5 overall. But look back at that region, 2-1. That's pretty good putting it together.
Yeah.
And you know, as a coach, as you go through this season, you deal with it. This is a contact sport, and I mean, you're gonna have injuries, and you got to, and you hear it all the time. It's so cliche, but it's the next man up, and you just, I mean, they just have like probably about 22 people dressed out tonight. So I mean, they're gonna be playing both ways all the way. But this is, you know, Class A football,
right?
You know, so, and you know, we're at the point in time in the season where now we've been through the preliminary stuff. Now we're getting down, as we say in Moss, on the nitty gritty. We're now positioning for playoffs, to make playoff positioning, and you want to be, you don't want to be fourth.
Right.
Because you played number one.
Right.
You know, so you'd rather be playing at least 3 and 2. So you're playing 2 on the first night. So, and 2's going to be tough enough the way it is, but I'd rather play 2 than 1.
Tonight, the North Greene Huskies, who are dealing with their own injuries this season. Yeshua Vaught has been out a time, and Eli Johnson is still not back. He was the most formidable offensive and defensive lineman that I have seen this season. He is a guy that is nigh unblockable, and his absence has really been affected here. And he was out in the Hancock County game is when he was injured in that contest in which they won. But they've lost the last 2, and they have not been able to control the line of scrimmage, and that has a lot to do with Eli Johnson being out. And as you mentioned, single-A football, you take one guy out, and it's hard to replace, especially a guy you're counting on.
Well, it's what I call it's the ripple effect, okay? You lose one player here, so somebody moves over to take his place, and somebody goes over to move his place. So now you've shuffled 3 or 4 different people because of one person, so it's hard to make up. And anytime you got a real big, strong defensive, offensive lineman, they are hard to replace.
North Greene can move up as high as 3rd if they are to win out in this district, in this region, if you will. But they can't be at home because they would be head-to-head with Cloudland and Jellicoe, and they would lose that head-to-head, despite Jellicoe, if they were just to have 2 losses. Jellicoe's going to have to lose 2 more in the region, and that's not going to happen because they have just 1 region game remaining.
Be tough to lose 2 if you just got 1 left.
Exactly right. So North Greene's looking to at least get into the 3rd position to avoid Coalfield, who is still one of the strongest teams within the state. And doing that and getting there is still that change at quarterback. So Grayson Collins was the starter this year, but we noticed that Thomas Darnell is a good athlete. They've moved him to quarterback. He's embraced that role. He's tall. He sees over the line of scrimmage. That allows Grayson Collins to be more dangerous with in space, the ball in his hands, along with Jake Duffy. The offense has changed, and anytime you got a guy like the school's all-time leading rusher in your backfield, you got to feel good about what you
got to feel good about it because you feel like if he's the all-time leading rusher, he's a pretty good job. He's going to break loose on any night. But the first game of the year, we watched West Greene and North Greene, and we noticed that, you know, just noticing how Darnell was, you could tell. I mean, some people just ooze athleticism or whatever. Yeah. Kind of like when I walked on the field, I was oozing. Okay, so you can look at it on the field and tell it's an athlete. The only thing about putting an athlete at quarterback, kind of like Unakas had to, is you take a quarterback is giving the ball up all the time. Right. Okay, he's handing it off, he's throwing it, so he's not going to run it or have the ball in his hands as much as you normally would. But Darnell is, I mean, he's a prototypical type size quarterback. He's 6'3", weighs 170, probably needs to weigh a little bit more. He don't weigh as neat me as weigh as much as Dalton does, but you know, still he's put on a few pounds. But he's got the build that college coaches look at. I mean, I had a couple kids that played for me. One was like 6'7", 250 or something like that, and they saw that build and they was really interested in him. So he's got the build. He's a young kid, just a sophomore. Yeah. So I mean, you know, and like I said, and I've watched him in warm-ups. I like to watch quarterbacks throw in warm-up and go, golly, I wish I could do that. But you know, he's got some mechanical things he needs to work on. He throws a little low on his shoulder, but he's just been playing quarterback, what, 5 or 6 games maybe? Yeah. So he's coming around. How much? What's the matter with you?
He's coming around. Meanwhile, Yeshua Vaught, he'll be recognized tonight as the school's all-time leading rusher, already on the season over 1,700 yards. I mean, in a single season, he could become the all-time school's leading rusher in just 1 year with what he can accomplish this evening. And he was banged up. You know, he was hurt after that Hancock County game. He didn't play in the Williamsburg, Kentucky game. He played sparingly somewhat in the Cloudland game, and tonight he hopes to be 100%. And if he is, not only is he a force offensively, but he is also the driving force defense.
Well, you think about it, he's rushed for 1,700 yards, right? So that means he's handled the ball a lot, right?
Yeah.
Okay, if you handle the ball a lot, guess what? You're going to get a lot. You're going to get hit a lot.
Yeah.
That's why you see running backs that don't have long careers in the NFL, because they take a pounding. I mean, I used to stand and hand it off to running backs when I was playing and watch them go into the line, and they just get twisted like a pretzel, and I'm going, God, that ain't me. But whose record did
his uncle's record?
That's what I was fixing to say. That's the point I was trying to make. And I had some nightmares from the Vault brothers here at Vault Ken in North Greene, because they were tough.
It's always tough. Well, tonight, North Greene and Unaka renew this rivalry again, which is 46 meetings in. Unaka has the all-time lead against the Huskies 26-20, and they've won the last 2. But the North Greene Huskies prior to that had won 8 of 10. They look to turn that around and get back into the winning ways. And a win tonight potentially solidifies a playoff berth for North Greene. A win for Unaka tonight will solidify that spot, and then the hopes of being at home. When we come back, we'll hear from North Greene head coach Eric Tilson and get his take on tonight's showdown with the Unaka Rangers. That's when our coverage of the McAfee McAfee pregame continues after this. North Greene and Unaka for our Friday night game of the week, driven by Gateway Ford Nissan on WIKQ.
Also, I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate the North Greene Husky Band on coming in second over.
Tommie's Plumbing has provided professional plumbing services to the residents of Greeneville, Tennessee for over 30 years. Our experience and reputation have helped us grow our business to add locations in Jonesboro, Tennessee. Tommie's Plumbing is local and family owned, and we offer a full line of plumbing services, such as kitchen faucet, shower faucets, commodes, and bathroom faucets, as well as drain cleaning. We also provide outside plumbing work, such as septic and sewer drain cleanouts, as well as repair and replace. Tommie's Plumbing pretty much does it all. Tommie's Plumbing is licensed, bonded, and insured. Our quality workmanship and passion to provide our clients with expert service is second to none. We guarantee we have the best warranty around. For all your plumbing needs, give Tommie's a call at 638-3662.
Pizza, pancakes, or donuts. The Davy Crockett Travel Center in Baileyton has the cure for all your cravings. While you're there, shop our general store for souvenirs, gifts, and cellular accessories. In a hurry, grab a cold drink and a hot dog to go. Check us out on Facebook and come to Baileyton.
And then they find it, somebody else gets hurt, and then it's taken them a couple weeks, but they're back to like, okay, we know what we can run now, but which is good for us because now we know what they good outing last Friday, so it's a pretty good film to watch.
You know, last week they played Hancock County, and they get that victory, and they put themselves in a really good position here in the region. You can put yourself into that good position here in the region too. Unaka team, you've already mentioned the fact that they are improved, and I think they're also taking advantage of some breaks that have gone their way, you know, as well. And lots of times you create those breaks, but in order to not allow some of those breaks to be created, what do you need to see out of your team this week?
We need to take care of football, so it starts with snap. It starts with make sure we get our handoffs and make sure we just protect the football. If we have to take a loss on a play, we need to take a loss on a play instead of turning the ball over. And that's been a big key. We don't turn the ball over. We're in a pretty good spot this year. You're talking about 2 to 3 losses that turn into wins for us, and we're sitting in a pretty good position. So that's going to be a big key Friday, is taking care of the football, and we do that. And there's 2 games left on our schedule, really important for us, because that puts us in third in the region. We go out and beat Unaka this week, go out and beat Cosby. We're sitting in a pretty good spot going into the playoffs, and so we feel confident we can do that, but we have to go out and go execute. We have to take care of the football, and then defensively let things play out. Their quarterback's a big-time playmaker. They rely heavily on him. Then all of a sudden, he'll hand the ball off, and that's when they score. It's like they'll rely heavily on their quarterback, getting them chunk plays, and then everybody keys him, and then they hand the ball off to the running back, and he's 15 yards down the field before anybody even notices. So everybody has to do their job and just play very disciplined football, and that's what we need to see out of our guys this week.
What are they running? What is their offensive setup?
They're still a spread team. They still do what they're going to be very similar to what you've seen out of the past in Unaka. It's just their top receiver. They've moved the quarterback, and he is a speed burner. He can fly, and so they've utilized their quarterback a whole lot more than they've had in the past in the run game. You'll see a lot of guard, tackle, counter, what we call GT. So you'll see a lot of that in their run game, and then a lot of screens. Then they'll line up in some funky formations, the old Embry and Henry formation. So shout out to my alma mater there. So they'll put tackles out, polecat, and then they just run their stuff, but they'll disguise it in a lot of different ways, and they'll move the quarterback around to throw. And he's starting to get a little more comfortable. So that's them offensively. And then defensively, they're very similar to us. A 3-3 stack. They'll play a lot of cover 3, and then they have this amoeba defense, what we call prowl, which they line everybody off 5 yards, and you have no clue where they're going. So luckily we've had a couple weeks get prepared for all that, and we expect them to come up with something that we haven't seen yet. So it's going to be. They're very well coached, so we kind of have an idea of how they're going to adjust to certain stuff. So that's a good part of coming into a game like this.
It is a game in which, there's obviously the importance of going 1-0 this week has ramifications for what you would do, obviously, down the future. Talked about getting more comfortable in what you're doing and how you're doing it and protecting the football. But do you sense that, that breakout game? I mean, is there a preparation that has probably yielded you to feel, maybe this is the week for us? Do you feel more comfortable in calling a few more plays and a lot more comfortability, if you will, in your offensive play calling?
Well, some of that just comes with getting reps, and that's where this past couple of weeks has come in, is we've kind of honed in on what we're able to do, and we've got a ton of reps at it. We've had stations with certain plays that we've been trying to implement. And
yeah, I hear you.
We're starting to see things click, and sometimes it's about matchups. Just quite frankly,
so, all right, now he can hear you. Oh, wait a minute.
And when they get the ball, they hold the ball on forever. Where this game, they can be up tempo, and they can make them. We have opportunities to get possessions, which helps us offensively. So. I could see that breakout game happening, but confidence needs to come from our kids, knowing that what they put into the week of practice, what they've done. It's all going to happen at some point, but they have to decide to go do it on a Friday night. We're seeing it in practice. Yeah. It just hasn't translated yet to a Friday night, and we talked with them about having that sense of urgency, because sometimes when you screw up in practice, you have, all right, let's do it over again. Well, Friday night, you don't get that. So we've been trying to instill that sense of urgency. Like, you don't get a do-over. You need to do it right the first time. So we've been trying to instill that sense of urgency, and we're hoping that finally makes things click, and now we go out and go execute on Friday when it matters the most.
Football's a team sport, but you honor a kid who's made an individual honor this week, and that's a big thing, as a junior, to be the leading rusher, for a school. What does that mean to him? What does that mean to you? And what can that mean for him, and is the sky the limit for Yeshua?
I mean, the sky is the limit for him, and you talk to him, growing up, he said it was important to him because it was his uncle's record, and he always wanted to break it, and as he gotten closer to it, he starts realizing that's just a very small part of the game. It's really cool he's made it, and he's like, okay, I've done it now. Okay, now what? And he's really thankful with the group he's been doing it with the guys up front blocking for him, and kind of some of the leeway our quarterbacks have taken off of him. But he runs so hard, it's well deserved. He credits everybody around him for it, and it helps that he works hard in practice, and he's a great leader for us. So the sky truly is the limit for him, because like when you go out and watch us practice, like we're not really ever getting on him about effort or doing the right things. He's doing those. We're just fine-tuning little details with him, which is huge, and that's going to bode well for him, because he listens and he does what he's supposed to, and that's where he could really open this thing up. And I'd like to see him have a record-breaking season, what he's had now in one season, which is something he can do.
Right.
We've got to have some pieces together with him to finally start clicking. We know what he's going to get out of the game, and if we get some pieces around him to start playing well, our receivers start making plays consistently, quarterback play consistently, then up front doing what we're supposed to, then this game could turn wide open for our team, offensively especially.
North Greene Unaka. That's North Greene head coach Eric Tilson. Kickoff moments away from the Gateway Ford Nissan Game of the Week.
We're all about food, and this Friday and Saturday is $5 days. Save big on many of your favorite items store-wide. Nobody does food like Food City. This Friday and Saturday is $5 days. Save $5 on Pick 5 meat. Final price $14.99. Fresh cut pineapple, cantaloupe, or watermelon bowls, each $5. Food Club chunk white chicken breast or Panera bread soup, 2 for $5, and more. Certain restrictions apply.
At Baileyton Drug Company, we pride ourselves on meeting your prescription, immunization, and over-the-counter needs. But we don't stop there. Shop our full-line service photo kiosk. Upload photos from your phone, tablet, or social media and design greeting cards, calendars, collages, prints, and more. See all we have to offer at Baileyton Drug Company. We're your neighbor, not a number. 515 Van Hill Road in Baileyton.
This is Joseph with the McAfee McAfee Law Firm. You're the people that make us proud of the work we do. When one of you is injured in an accident, the first question we ask is your name, not your claim number. We stand for the people of our community every day, working to get the settlement you deserve. We are McAfee McAfee attorneys, and we make your problems our problems. We're the right firm right now. Check out our sweet new website, McAfeeattorneys.com, or call us day or night at 638-7000.
Welcome back to the Greene County Football Game of the Week. This is the McAfee McAfee Law Office pregame show.
We welcome you back into Baileyton here tonight at the Tundra, where the North Greene Huskies battle the Unaka Rangers. Let's take a look at the schedule for tonight as it is. Jim Miller went over that. Of course, he's probably on cloud 9 here tonight, as the Phillies, I think, have won the World Series. They still have some games to go, but they're close. Here in the South Greene Rebels in action tonight in Class 2A, looking to rebound from last week's loss to Happy Valley. We'll keep you up to date with that. They're down in Maryville, right next to Alcoa High School. South Greene and Eagleton Academy tonight. Also into a Happy Valley and Cumberland Gap. In Class 6A tonight, the Dobbins Bennett Indians taking on the William Blount Governors as the Indians 2-1 in the league. Jeff County has already claimed the conference title. In Class 5A tonight, Tennessee High takes on Cobb County, Sevier County, and Daniel Boone. David Crockett is at Morristown West. Morristown East playing last night, falling to Hardin Valley. In Class 4A, Volunteer is at Elizabethton. In Class 3A, Unicoi County is at Claiborne. And in Class Single A, the other game going on tonight, Cloudland is at Cosby. It was Jeff County knocking off Farragut last night, 31-14 in Gibbs. I said Hardin Valley. It's Gibbs that defeated Morristown East last night in some non-conference play. They have just recognized Yeshua Vault, the all-time leading rusher here. He came into the season, and he felt like that was one of the goals. He was team-oriented, but he also felt like, you know what, I can rule the roost at home and own the all-time rushing record. So he made that one of those things that was on his to-do list. Well, he can check that off. Now, getting to the playoffs, winning a playoff game would have to be second, because that region title check mark isn't going to happen for the North Greene Huskies as of yet or this year. But then again, he is just a junior. It is our Gateway Ford Nissan Game of the Week. It's North Greene and Unaka, and kickoff is just moments away. Thank you for tuning in to the McAfee and McAfee pregame. Kickoff is moments away as you listen to our Gateway Ford Nissan Friday night coverage presented by Radio Greeneville Sports.
At Corner Pond, the friendly and knowledgeable staff has the experience necessary to help you out regardless the need. Have an item of value you'd like to pawn or sell? Corner Pond can help. They pawn numerous items of value, including firearms, tools, ammunition, silver, coins, and much more. When you walk through their doors, you'll find well-stocked shelves full of electronics, gaming systems, fishing and hunting equipment, car audio and accessories. And don't forget about the room full of guitars and basses and amplifiers, or their outside lawn and garden equipment. Corner Pond is a case knife dealer and carries numerous used knives as well. Stop by and let the friendly staff at Corner Pond help you today at 432 East Bernard Avenue, Greeneville, Tennessee. Tommie's Plumbing has provided professional plumbing services to the residents of Greeneville, Tennessee for over 30 years. Our experience and reputation have helped us grow our business to add locations in Jonesboro, Tennessee. Tommie's Plumbing is local and family owned, and we offer a full line of plumbing services, such as kitchen faucet, shower faucets, commodes, and bathroom faucets, as well as drain cleaning. We also provide outside plumbing work, such as septic and sewer drain cleanouts, as well as repair and replace. Tommie's Plumbing pretty much does it all. Tommie's Plumbing is licensed, bonded, and insured. Our quality workmanship and passion to provide our clients with expert service is second to none. We guarantee we have the best warranty around. For all your plumbing needs, give Tommie's a call at 638-3662.
And the Unaka Rangers get sent to square off in a key Region 1 showdown. Hello again, everyone. Brian State, joined by the coach, Barry Carter. Jeff Moore, our game station engineer. The executive producer of Gateway Ford Nissan Game of the Week is Nathan Humbert. And our scoreboard host, as always, is Philly fanatic Jim Miller. Meanwhile, we are always glad to have along with us Dalton Lamb and the folks from Grassroots. It is a blow-out-the-budget coverage night for Grassroots Media here tonight, as they probably sent Tate down to South Green, and everyone else is here, including Mark. Unaka has won the toss. They have deferred to the second half. They will kick it away, and the North Greene Huskies problems with the opening kickoff as they couldn't pick it up cleanly, and Jake Dumpy is taken down rather rudely all the way back inside the 20, inside the 15, and that's where the Husky offense will take over 1st and 10.
How would I like not to start this game, Brian?
Not that way.
Yeah, fumble the opening kickoff, and I've said it for years and years, because that ball was pointed at both ends. It starts hitting the ground, crazy things happen, and then you try to reach down and pick it up. It just seems like you can't get your hands on it, and when he got it, he probably thought, I wish I hadn't picked this thing up, because this guy's wore me out.
Yeah, and he did. It was a big hit for Unaka. It makes it a 1st and 10 for the North Greene Huskies just underway. They wear the green uniforms with the gray football pants, and the Unaka Rangers with the white football uniforms and the pewter football pants. Yeah. Green football helmets with the Husky logo for the North Greene Huskies. Thomas Darnell will work out of the pistol formation, and he's going to hand it off to Yeshua Vaught. He'll move it right up the middle. Penalty flag is going to fly on this play on 1st down and 10. And immediately on the tackle for Unaka is Marcus Shoemaker. But this will come back for a hold against the North Greene Huskies.
Well, I tell you what, if you look out there right now, he's not even listed, but number 74 for Unaka better, take time about on which side of the field he's on, because he's going to wear it out. That is a huge individual right there, and he may have been the one held. I don't think it's – I don't know what his number is. It may be 70.
70.
Marcus – oh, this, like you said, Marcus Shoemaker. Yeah. Way to pay attention, Barry.
So it will be a hold that'll move the ball half the distance inside the 10 and move it to about the 6.5. So it moves the ball back inside the 10-yard line. This pass to the near side, complete to Grayson Collins, complete at the 7 near sideline. He'll step out of bounds around the 10, maybe the 11-yard line. They'll gain close to 4, maybe 5. It'll bring up second down and 11.
That's a long pass right there by Darnell. He threw it all the way across the field, but that's just a long handoff, and Unaka was backing up. You know, it's first and long. We'll give you something short. You're just not going to go past us.
So on second down, we'll call it right at 10. That gain of 5 will move the ball back to the original, basically the original line of scrimmage, just shy of the 12, maybe even the 13-yard line, where the North Greene Huskies will break the huddle and send 2 to the wide out left. Collins in the slot. Duffy is to the wide out to the right side. And in the backfield, Yeshua Vaught lined up to the left as a fullback, and they'll run a bit of a counter, and there was movement on the offensive line and defensive line. And we'll see which way this goes. It'll go encroachment against Unaka, and the Huskies will get a free 5 yards.
Yeah, you take it every time. It makes it, second and 6 or 7 is a whole lot easier than second and 11. But I was watching North Greene signal the plays in from the sideline where they got them cue cards, and you'd have to read hieroglyphics to figure out what in the world they're trying to say. We got a 9, the plus sign, and all that stuff.
So move it inside, and a handoff is going to be given to North Greene, and that's going to be on Duffy. And a quick pursuit to the football by A.J. Greenless will bring him down for a loss of about 4. So make it a third down and long coming up for the North Greene Huskies.
I don't believe I'd run 9+ anymore. They didn't get a whole lot.
Yeah.
Unaka reacted well on that. Unaka's got some good-sized youngins on that defensive line. There's not many over. They look lonely on the sideline, but they're pretty good-sized kids.
So third down and about 7. Ball just shy of the 14-yard line. Snap is back to Darnell, looking to pass, looking, has a man across the middle, and a diving attempt right at the 25, and they're going to say it's good. It is. Colton Robbins with a sliding catch will move the chains for an Apex Bank 1st and 10.
That was a great catch right there, the ball. And again, that's kind of like Darnell kind of short-armed that thing when he throws it, and it kind of did a little nosedive. But a great receiver made a great catch to bail him out there a little bit for a good first down, and North Greene needs to keep it going now.
So they get to the line of scrimmage, 1st and 10 from the 25. No score just underway. It's an offset I, and the tailback is behind Darnell out of the pistol formation. He gets the snap, and he's not going to get away from the first wave of attackers, which is going to be Unaka's Kean Barton. Barton, just a sophomore, will make the stop after a gain of a yard, second down and 9.
Yeah, and again, there's your shotgun snaps that I love so much, because the snap was a little bit low, threw the timing off, and if your running back has to hesitate till the quarterback gets the ball in his hands, it slows down the time and throws the timing of the offense off.
So it brings up second down and 9 for the North Greene Huskies as they check their wristbands as we go to under 10 minutes to play here in this opening quarter. Again, no score. Second down 9 for North Greene. Snap is back. Quick toss to the near side. Grayson Collins. Collins, a little stiff arm across the 25. Up near the 30, out of bounds at the 29. Will gain 3 and bring up third down and 6.
Receiver screen or whatever, bubble pass, whatever you want to call it, just stand up and throw it out there to your receiver. Your defensive back is taught to bail out when the ball is snapped. In other words, he starts backing up when the ball is snapped, but the receiver doesn't go anywhere, so you just stand up there and throw it to him. And you're hoping that your athlete gets out there and makes a move on that backpedaling cornerback. When he comes up, he can break one long.
So Collins and Robbins now to the far side. Near side is going to be Duffy on third down and 6 with the fullback in the backfield. This will be Darnell. They take away Vaught, and it's going to be Darnell's going to be taken down by Brennan Repass as he crosses the 30 up to the 33-yard line. We're going to be fourth down and about 3 coming up for the Huskies.
Decision here, but I don't think it is a decision. And it looked like to me that time that everybody moved except the ball. I don't know. It looked like
it took a while.
Looked like everybody else was in motion, so North Greene's lucky they didn't get penalized, and they're rolling the dice. This means something here. We're gonna challenge them. We're gonna tell the team we got faith in you. Let's get a first down.
4th and 2 from the 33. Need just beyond the 25. Pass to the near side is over the head of Duffy and incomplete. Turnover on downs. Unaka takes over at the North Greene 33-yard line.
Yeah, that ball sailed, and again, I like Darnell as an athlete, as a quarterback, and I think some work he's going to be. He can make a good one, but he's got the ball, I think, a little low on his shoulder when he comes out with it, so it's going to sail on him. So he's not getting it up over his head when he throws it over his shoulder.
So he's still getting into the. He's still learning, I think, the position and also the mechanics.
Can you say low tons of promise?
Yes. 1st and 10, though, for Unaka. Korner McKinney is the new quarterback for the Unaka Rangers, taking over midway through the season. He'll take the snap. It'll be a toss. It'll be a halfback pass. And looking downfield, this ball's going to float and flutter and be incomplete, as repass was looking downfield for Isaiah White. It'll be incomplete, and it will bring up a 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, that wasn't, of course, he's not a quarterback, so you just had it to the running back, and he throws it, the halfback pass, and the ball was kind of, as you said, as you just so aptly described the flight of that ball.
Yeah.
But had a little step on their defensive back, but at the same time, they were in position. They didn't get burnt because of the play action fake.
White will come to the near side with Micah Gray. To the far side, a wide out. H-back lined up on the left side. This will be a lead toss for the tailback at the 30, and down there as Jake Duffy is going to be brought down, and he got some help from his free safety that time by Kelson Eastep. So it'll be a gain of 3, bring up 3rd down and 7 for the Rangers.
Set the edge there, made the running back turn up back inside where you got friends. If you turn back up, if you're a guy and you turn him back up, you turn him back into 10 of your best friends in the world. He gets to the outside of you, and then you're all by yourself over there.
So good help, as mentioned, by the safety and then Duffy. 3rd down and 7 coming up. Snap is back to McKinney. He'll roll the pocket, look to pass. Rolling under pressure. Delivers a pass on the sideline where it's going to be caught at the line to gain, which is the 25. It'll step out of bounds around the 23-yard line. That's White with the catch. It moves the chains. It's an Apex Bank 1st and 10.
Yeah, you roll that quarterback. I'm not a big fan of rolling a quarterback because it reduces the height of the field, but it puts your defensive players in a real bind. Do I come up? Do I stay back? And they ran that route I talk about all the time, just a stop, turn around route, and it's so hard to defend, and the ball was thrown extremely well.
Give them a couple extra yards to the 22 of North Greene. Unaka and North Greene are scoreless, but a 1st down after North Greene fails on 4th down. They take over at the North Greene 33. Toss to the left side. Jake Duffy is going to bring down the ball carrier, Kean Barton. Barton will take it down to the 15, gain 7 on 1st down, bring up 2nd down and 3.
Well, that's a good play by Duffy because the running back had a little steam going there and looked like he was going to turn the corner and head it closer to the goal line, and Duffy came from the middle of the field and brought him down, so that's a good play by Duffy, too.
Again, Eli Johnson, there's a flag on the play as well. And it'll be a hold.
Well, can you believe, Dalton Lamb, that on a wide play there was a hold? I cannot believe it. But what happens is the defensive player tries to disengage and get to the ball carrier when somebody's engaged in blocking with him. When they turn, you'll grab the jersey sometime.
Yeah. So it occurred at the 20, move it back to the 30, and this will be McKinney's under pressure in the backfield. He avoids 1, he avoids 2 and 3, and then he's going to break free at the 30, 20, 15, 10, and he'll take it down to the 7. 4 Huskies had a shot at him in the backfield, and then Korner McKinney just made a play, makes it 1st and goal down at the 7.
Did somebody mention before the game that Korner McKinney was an athlete?
Yeah.
He just showed it because North Greene had 3 or 4 people around him, and that's a backbreaker if you're North Greene because when you've got him down, then all of a sudden he's not down. What's going on with the wind here?
The wind's blowing. There's supposed to be some rain moving in.
Oh, okay.
In the event you didn't know.
Oh, my wife told me.
Oh, there you go. It's always about listening.
I guarantee it.
1st down and goal. This will be McKinney's going to keep it, run around the right end. It'll be taken down at the 5, maybe the 4-yard line. One of the first Huskies there was Leon Johnson. Brings up 2nd down and goal just inside the 5.
Well, North Greene needs to make a stand here, because I'm sure, I don't know if Unaka's got a kicker or not, but if you can buckle up here and knock him out of the end zone, it's going to be a victory for you. Ergo, you're going to be deep, but you keep them scoring.
No score as Unaka looking to take advantage of a turnover on downs at the North Greene 33, and then a just scramble play by Korner McKinney as he was dead to rights on a second down and long after a hole. McKinney's going to keep it, takes the direct snap, runs it left. He'll run through one and get into the end zone.
Yeah.
Touchdown, Unaka. Touchdown, Connor McKinney. He'll touch Peter from 5 yards away. Unaka strikes first.
Unaka got a real good block out here on the edge, but and I can't. They move too quick for me to figure out what number it is because they're moving, and I got to, coordinate my eyeballs and stuff. But got a real good block on the edge, and McKinney was able to run outside that, and when he was hit, he was in the end zone.
So Unaka takes the lead, and again, it's Marcus Shoemaker, I think, who you're looking at and realizing, man, that's a big human.
He keeps running to the sideline getting plays. He must be calling plays in the huddle.
So Unaka will line up to go for two. Back split in the backfield. McKinney, he's trying to run a little bootleg. He drops the football. He picks it up and finds one man in the corner of the end zone. The pass is incomplete, and the two-point conversion is no good.
If you're outside them white lines, you're out of bounds.
So we go to a break with your new score, and 6:10 to play here in the opening quarter. It's Unaka 6, it's North Greene 0. Back in 30 seconds as you listen to the Friday night game of the week, driven by Gateway Ford Nissan, presented by Radio Greeneville Sports.
Don't wait forever on your prescriptions. This is Eva, pharmacist at Town & Country Pharmacy, inviting you to bring your prescriptions to us. In most cases at our pharmacy, our customers are in and out in 10 minutes or less. If you're not satisfied with your current pharmacy, we make transferring your prescriptions easy. Just come in and we will take care of the rest. For fast and friendly service, see Town & Country Pharmacy on the Tusculum Boulevard. Phone number 798-9000.
This is Friday Night Under the Lights, the presentation of Gateway Ford Nissan. And now to Coach Barry Carter and Brian Staten.
Tonight, the North Greene Huskies and the Unaka Rangers renewing this rivalry as the Unaka Rangers strike first. They lead at 6-0, 7 plays, 33 yards. McKinney into the end zone from 5 yards away. The two-point conversion was no good. McKinney will kick it away, get it to Jake Duffy, fields it at the 25, and then he's going to lose yardage back to the 21-yard line as Brennan repass. He and McKinney are going to make all sorts of plays all night long, and he comes up with the stop, and it'll be 1st and 10 North Greene at their own 21.
Hey, newsflash, Brennan repass is on the injury list, but he's playing.
He is playing. He and Isaiah White is on the
Oral Roberts showed up practice this week.
Tell you what, so they got it all figured out. If it's him, it's him. If it's not, it's not. So I don't know.
That's deep.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to write that down somewhere. If it's him, it's him. If it's not, it's not.
Yeah, we don't know. They wear helmets. We don't know what their faces look
like.
like.
I wouldn't know what they look like if they didn't have helmets.
Yes. 1st and 10 for the Huskies. They trail 6-0 here at the Tundra as they take over at their own 21-yard line. Darnell out of the pistol formation will roll the pocket near side looking to pass, and he's got a man out there. It's Collins, and he goes to the ground to try to come up with the catch and could not. It's incomplete. Wide and repass there on the coverage. It brings up 2nd and 10.
Maybe they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, they rode the quarterback to the right. What you're doing is give him an option, an athlete like Darnell. Get him out here on the edge, run, pass option. If the defensive back stays back, you throw it. If he comes up, something like that. If he comes up, you throw it. If he goes back, I don't know. But he has an option to throw it or run it.
Robbins and Collins to the far side. Duffy to the near side. Vaught is the tailback behind Darnell. The snap comes back, and Vaught, it's just not a lot of room for him tonight. As this maybe they haven't blown it dead yet, he's still free. Fighting forward across the 25 to the 26-yard line. He's going to be eventually brought down by Shoemaker as he comes out of his shoe. It brings up a 3rd down and about 4, maybe a 3rd down and 5 for the Huskies.
He's Joshua's not. He's put together pretty well. He goes about I saw it a while ago. He goes about 200, near 200 pounds. So he's pretty tough to bring down, and he just kept. And that seems to be the vogue thing now. You just let him keep churning their feet, even though there's a big pile before you blow the whistle.
Well, I saw the umpire raise his hands, and I thought he was blowing the whistle. He was not. So 3rd down along 5, and Darnell's under pressure by Shoemaker right away. Passes it out to the far side. This is going to be Robbins who makes the catch shy of the line to gain, which will be the 31. He's at about the 29-yard line, and out there on that secondary, Drayden Freeman comes up with the stop. So it's 4th and 2 coming up for North Greene.
And they need to punt right here. You can't keep giving Unaka a short field, but I wonder if Darnell's life passed before his eyes. See Big 70 chased him. My gosh. I wonder how big he is.
Large.
Okay.
So the snap is back. This is going to be Collins, that little rugby-style kick. If it's there, he takes off. It wasn't there, so he punted it away. And he got a good punt inside the 45, rolls inside the 40, and is touched up at the 35 of Unaka, which is where the Rangers will take over 1st and 10 as Darnell touches it up for the North Greene Huskies. So Unaka will take over.
I didn't realize that Grayson was Australian. Did that Australian kicker.
And did it effectively.
Very well.
So it is a 1st down and 10 for Unaka.
Now North Greene needs to settle down, play good defense, and they need to stop right about here. Just don't get behind.
4:27 on the clock, 6-0 Unaka with the lead. They take over at the 35-yard line and trot the offense out there. McKinney and the two players that weren't supposed to play, Repass and White, have been very, very prominent so far here in this opening moments of this opening quarter and the backfield.
Is that legal to say they're injured and then play them?
Maybe it was just on there and he forgot to take it off when he sent it to me. Kean Barton lead toss to the right side, chased down by Robbins and brought down at or behind the line of scrimmage, maybe a half-yard shy. Either way, it's no gain. Good pursuit by Colton Robbins to bring down a quick Barton out of the backfield at 2nd and 10.
Now, that was a quick pitch, but it wasn't really. Okay, he threw it to the guy, and he tries to run around the edge, and like I said, Colton Robbins just chased that thing down, said not on this side.
2nd down and 10. The nose of the football shy of the 35 will go 10.5. As the North Greene Huskies again play for a 3rd straight week without Eli Johnson, who was injured in that Hancock County game, and he is a huge force on that defensive front. White will come in motion to the near side, and being chased from the backside by Vaught is McKinney, who gets the pass away to White at the 45, and he'll muscle his way at the midfield stripe to the 50-yard line. He'll pick up 15. It's an Apex Bank 1st and 10 for the Rangers, and White remains down on the play.
Yeah, that's that option pass, run, pass deal, because you get over the edge, and it depends on what the defense does. If they come up, you throw it down the field. If they stay back, you turn it up and run. And I'll say one thing for Unaka, they're not very deep on the sideline. They can't afford to get anybody hurt.
Well, you look over there, you got 8 maybe that have shoulder pads and a helmet.
Yeah, but some of them they're not even in school. They're just putting somebody on the sideline.
Just putting them on the sideline.
Yeah, you get somebody that says, hey, come here. What are you doing tonight? Well, come here and wear this uniform.
It is a big
I take that back.
Big 1st down on a 2nd down and 10, and that's just McKinney rolling the pocket and making a play. And White took a couple of big hits led by Thomas Dardell initially. Tomorrow the Tennessee Vols, after their week off, will take on the Texas A&M Aggies. Join us here on 103.1 FM WIKQ and at 99.5 FM WGRV, your Vol Network station for coverage. The kickoff call-in show at 1:30. Kickoff is at 3:30. And on 103.1, listen to Coach, which will broadcast at 12:30. Les Barry Carter.
I mean, I can't understand why they've not called me yet. Do they not listen to Friday Night Football under the lights? Come on, man.
It's a mystery.
Well, maybe they do.
I noticed that Tim Brando followed me the other day on social media, and I wondered if it was just an accident.
Oops, sorry.
1st down and 10 coming up after the injured White helped off the field.
Oh, my goodness. Look out.
45-40. 35, and he'll move it all the way inside the 35 to the 33. Jake Duffy comes up with the stop, and it's another Apex Bank 1st and 10, but there is a penalty flag on the far sideline.
Okay, but North Greene was actually played that very well, even though they gained 15 yards, because that was a screen pass where you let all those defensive linemen think, I'm good, I'm coming after that quarterback, and you just toss it over the head, and you get all those linemen out in front of the receiver, and had it blocked up well. North Greene did a good job fighting it off. Well, it could have been even bigger than what it was, but it may be. I don't know what they're calling here.
They've got an illegal man downfield because he was drifting back and the offensive lineman shot off too quickly.
Well, it was the pass behind the line of scrimmage.
And that's what I think they're discussing. So initially they said it's an illegal man downfield.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Because the pass was behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, if it's behind the line of scrimmage, then the lineman can get downfield. Now, had it been across the line of scrimmage, then you'd have had illegal man downfield. But that was a good job by the officials getting together, analyzing it, and saying, okay, that's what you call a screen pass. They can be down the field.
So first and 10 for the Unaka Rangers. They lead 6-0. 3:05 to play here in this opening quarter. As to the far sideline for the injured Isaiah White will be Micah Gray, who will line up to the far sideline. 4 wideouts in the formation, 2 either side. Repass will go in motion, and McKinney will follow him into the whole right side. Make a move at the 30, 25, and he'll move it inside the 25 to the 22-yard line. Grayson Collins there to help on the stop with Jay Duffy, and it's right at the line to gain. It just depends on the spot. They'll say Apex Bank first and 10.
Well, they put a man in motion from left to right. He ran in front of the quarterback. The quarterback took a snap, and then followed right in behind that man in motion. And I'm telling you something. I know quickness. This young man has got some wheels about him. He can flat out move. You can tell, Mr. McKinney.
First down and 10. He was their best wideout. Now he's moved to the quarterback position. They're still allowing it. That's a false start.
Yeah.
And the running back, Kean Barton, decided, I'm going to do this like little fake snap, but the ball hadn't been snapped yet, so a false start will move Unaka back 5 yards.
He's trying to fake the North Greene and the referees. But shame on you. You didn't do it. They caught you. I tell you what, I don't know who's playing quarterback for McKinney, and him as a wide receiver, but golly, I'd like to see McKinney back at quarterback where he's touching the ball on every play.
Right.
Good gracious. The one he's backing up at quarterback must have been, as we said earlier, all world or something.
So first down and 15 now for Unaka. They move it back to the North Greene 27-yard line. We go inside of 2 minutes to play here in this opening quarter, with Unaka leading 6-0. Repass, lead toss to the right side.
Look at here.
They'll do a throwback to McKinney, which is complete at the 20, and move it to the 15-yard line. And there is a penalty flag that's thrown in the backfield. It could be an illegal formation against
that could be an illegal man downfield, too, right there.
Came very early.
We do have a flag on play.
So an illegal shift will go against Unaka, and it'll move it back 5 more yards.
That play, they threw it back to the running back. He acts like he's going to run it. He's going to his right. The quarterback sneaks out of the backfield down the left sideline, and you throw it to the quarterback. And again, North Greene really reacted well to a trick play. They were in pretty good. They gained a few yards, but they were in position to keep it from going to the house. So credit North Greene being well-disciplined, well-coached on defense.
So that moves the football back to the 32-yard line. And bring up a first down and 20 now. This will be McKinney. They run a little fumble. Ruski pass back to McKinney, who hands it off behind the line. And we're pulling out everything. It's going to be a gain of a yard. It'll be second down and 19 as Colton Robbins is not fooled.
Well, I'm going to break this down here for you, Brian, because that's what I get paid big bucks to do. But he turns around and hands the quarterback, turns around and hands it to the running back, running from left to right. The running back does a big loop. And after the quarterback, which is pretty amazing athletic, after he handed it to him, he runs out into the right flat, and they throw it to him. That's pretty creative right there. I'd hate to, how long you got to practice that?
They watched it on PlayStation probably. From the 31, this will be McKinney. This pass is going to be nearly intercepted, and the tip pass is caught at the 30, and another flag is down, which could be offensive interference, offensive pass interference, if you will. But it was nearly picked. It was tipped, caught by Unaka, and then taken to the 30.
That could be the old pick thing. A legal procedure.
Keep backing them up.
False start, that's going to be declined.
So it's a illegal procedure, which means there were too many guys lined up in the backfield. There's only allowed to be 4.
And they declined it.
And so they declined it to make it third down.
And a bunch. Somebody needs to get Unaka like a weather vane or a compass to tell them which direction they're supposed to be going. They're not going to. They're supposed to be moving right to left on your radio dial, but they're doing a lot of left to right on your radio dial.
15, ball on the 30-yard line.
So it's going to bring up A third down and about 18. McKinney will roll the pocket to the far side. He's got actually White behind the defense, and he makes the catch at the 15, down to the 12, and paid the price as Jake Duffy just laid him out. But it's an Apex Bank 1st and 10 in the Gary's Payton Body red zone.
Well, that was just a simple quarterback just rose to the right. Quarterback throws it up, and North Greene gave him too much space, and he just dropped it in. He didn't like he flew, zoomed it in or anything. He just kind of floated in there. So I guess it's a great pass. So that's a big play. Sorry.
So that will end the first quarter. We go to a break back in 1 minute as Unaka has a new set of downs. 1st and 10 when we come back. And at the end of one quarter, Unaka 6, North Greene 0. As you listen to the Gateway Ford Nissan Game of the Week.
At Corner Pond, the friendly and knowledgeable staff has the experience necessary to help you out regardless the need. Have an item of value you'd like to pawn or sell? Corner Pond can help. They pawn numerous items of value, including firearms, tools, ammunition, silver, coins, and much more. When you walk through their doors, you'll find well-stocked shelves full of electronics, gaming systems, fishing and hunting equipment, car audio and accessories. And don't forget about the room full of guitars and basses and amplifiers, or their outside lawn and garden equipment. Corner Pond is a case knife dealer and carries numerous used knives as well. Stop by and let the friendly staff at Corner Pond help you today. At 432 East Bernard Avenue, Greeneville, Tennessee.
Volunteers to volunteers in service clubs and church groups, community individuals are making things better. Volunteers. Some good news for a change. Greeneville Federal Bank, member FDIC. Banking made easy.
And now, back to the field with Brian Staten and Barry Carter.
We welcome you back into North Greene High School here at the Tundra. Unaka leads it 6-0, and they have the first play of the second quarter. A pass play right side. This is going to be caught. Breaking a tackle, getting into the end zone for the touchdown is Brennan Repass, who will get in, breaking the tackle, staying in bounds somehow, and adding to the Unaka lead.
Yeah, Unaka has shown us the ability to be able to throw the football. We was talking about it before the game. You said that they like to throw it, and so far they've made you got some kids that can throw it, and another important part about a kid that can throw it is kids that can catch it.
Yeah.
So that's tough.
A couple of kids who've been injured. Nidifer and Repass will line up to the left on this two-point conversion. White will go in motion behind the formation, and this is going to be McKinney right up the middle for the two-point conversion, which is good. Right back to a break, and we're back in 30 seconds with a new score. It's Unaka 14, it's North Greene 0.
Tommie's Plumbing has provided professional plumbing services to the residents of Greeneville, Tennessee for over 30 years. Our experience and reputation have helped us grow our business to add locations in Jonesboro, Tennessee. Tommie's Plumbing is local and family owned, and we offer a full line of plumbing services, such as kitchen faucet, shower faucets, commodes, and bathroom faucets, as well as drain cleaning. We also provide outside plumbing work, such as septic and sewer drain cleanouts, as well as repair and replace. Tommie's Plumbing pretty much does it all. Tommie's Plumbing is licensed, bonded, and insured. Our quality workmanship and passion to provide our clients with expert service is second to none. We guarantee we have the best warranty around. For all your plumbing needs, give Tommie's a call at 638-3662.
And then the two-point conversion by Repass to make it a 14-0 Unaka lead here in the second quarter, just seconds into this second quarter of play. And so the Rangers are set to kick it away to the North Greene Huskies, going left to right on your radio dial. Straight on kick, which is away, and this one angled to the far sidelines will go out of bounds. And so the Huskies will have potentially their best field position here of the evening, as they failed on fourth down in the first quarter. Unaka was able to score. They punted it away, and then on one 3rd down and 10, one 3rd down and 18, they converted both, and then they get into the end zone.
Well, Brian, when I asked Rhonda to marry me, and she looked at me like she was like, "Are you kidding?" I finally said, "Look, I got to have an answer, okay?" Well, right now, North Greene needs to have an answer, because we're slipping. If it's North Greene, we're slipping behind here, and so far they've not really accomplished a whole lot. So they need to get their offense going and put some points on the board right now.
Huskies take over from the 35-yard line, down 14-0. With 11:52 to play here in this opening half. So Darnell lining up out of that pistol formation. Yeshua Vaught lines up behind him. He's got an H-back, or that fullback, lined up to the left side. That's Colton Suggs. 2 wideouts to the near side. Darnell rolling the pocket to the near side. Sets his feet, lets one fly for Grayson Collins. This pass is tipped out of bounds by White, who just tipped it away from Collins, who was double covered. And it will bring up 2nd down and 10 as the wind/potential rain begins to really pick up here.
And that was he threw that ball into double coverage. I mean, he's a young quarterback. You got a route call, and you got a receiver. Basically, got a one route receiver going down, one receiver route, one route.
One on each side going out.
Yeah, and so I mean, an older quarterback comes off that and finds another receiver, but that's asking a lot from a young quarterback.
So just a scattered rain shower that is moving through the area right now. Darnell on 2nd down is going to tuck it and run 35-40, and he's tripped up at about the 42-yard line as McKinney with a potential touchdown-saving tackle made at the 43-yard line. Gains 8, brings up 3rd down and 10.
Well, I'm going out on a limb and say if he doesn't make that tackle, he's dancing in the end zone right now because he had some speed going there. He turned it up, put the ball away, and was gone. And one of those shoestring type tackles as they talk about.
7 on 7, if you will. Not talking about any type of formation. Number 7. Tackled by number 7.
That's ironic.
3rd down and 2 coming up for the North Greene Huskies. They trail 14-0. Robbins and Collins to the near side. Duffy to the far side. North Greene goes right to left across your radio dial or your computer screen, phone, TV, whatever it may be. We got movement here on the near side. And that's going to – and then I thought it was Collins, but the official on the near side, which is the home side, is going to say that Unaka lined up in the neutral zone, and it's a free 1st down.
That'll be a 1st down for the Huskies.
Well, you got to realize which side of the ball you're on. You're on defense, so you're on the left. So if you're on the other side of the ball, you're playing offense for the wrong team. You know, you usually ask.
Right.
You know, am I across?
1st and 10 at the 48. For the North Greene Huskies. Snap is back, took forever to get back there. Collins made the catch. No, he did not. It was incomplete, knocked away by White. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, the ball was late getting there. Everything. Again, it's all about timing. And once if you don't, and it starts with the snap. If the snap is off, then everything's off. And then, you know, Darnell's under a lot of pressure. He's just trying to get it out there. Unfortunate for North Greene that ball was just knocked away and not picked off.
Suggs going to run off the field. Into the contest for North Greene will come Kelson Eastep as they will go with more of a tight end type look or a taller slot receiver. Either way. And then they're going to move Vaught. He'll be the personal protector in a way out of that pistol formation. And Duffy will come and line up in the backfield. So it's a different look. You move Duffy to the backfield, Suggs out, bring in Eastep to line up as a wideout. And again, a really late snap. And the pass is caught by Robbins. He makes it behind the line and does well to cross the 50, and he'll move it into Unaka territory to the 49-yard line, picking up 3, 3rd down and 7.
Bubble screen to the right receiver, throw it out there wide, and let the inside people block him. You know, how many times, you know how to eliminate slow snaps?
Ball on the Unaka 49-yard line.
No.
Put the quarterback under the center.
Well, you could do that, yes. It's everybody has moved, and Darnell is getting the ball so late. It's just it's awkward.
It almost looks like they're in motion every time.
Vaught is lined up behind Darnell, who lines up in the pistol.
That's a good snap.
Yeah, it's a good snap. Darnell rolls the pocket, throws it out to the far sideline, takes a hit as he delivers the pass, and it'll be incomplete, juggled and dropped by Robbins this time. He had all sorts of daylight, and it almost looked as if Darnell could have run for the 1st down, but then there was a Unaka player standing there just baiting him. So it's 4th down and 7 coming up for the Huskies.
Yeah, the wide receiver is almost too wide open. Now, Unaka had a bust in coverage because there's no way that receiver's supposed to be that wide open, but unfortunately he was unable to secure it. So North Greene, good move here. They're going to punt it, maybe try to back Unaka up.
Maybe.
Oh,
Collins,
no. Gosh.
Low snap comes up with it, and it will just go over Robbins' head near side. He kicks it at the 24. That's where Unaka will take over 1st and 10. So 14-0, Unaka leads the football game, and they have the football back, and they have scored on each of their 2 offensive possessions in this game.
Grayson Collins did a good job of getting that ball out of there because I'm not sure how it came through all those Unaka arms. It's amazing how a ball can get through, 17 arms.
Right.
Which it couldn't be 17 arms. It'd have to be 18.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Unless there was a real problem out there.
Unless we got an issue.
Somebody could have been playing with his hand tied behind his back.
Yeah, I could block this punt with one hand tied behind me. Not.
1st and 10 from the 24 of Unaka. McKinney's just going to take the snap, and it's a designed quarterback draw right up the middle, 30, and he'll take it up to the 34-yard line. And Yeshua Vaughn is helping out defensively there on the stop. It'll bring up almost a gain of 10. We're going to call it a gain of 9.
If you're McKinney is one of those backs that make defensive coordinators cringe every time he touches the ball because he looks like to me he has the ability that he could go the distance at any time, any place. So. You got to come up and you got to put pads on there. He's not a big old kid, so you got to come up and you got to wrap him up good and bring him down.
2nd down and a yard. 14-0. Unaka leads, and they have the football going left to right. McKinney will bring White in motion across the formation in front of him. Roll the pocket to the left side. Look to toss it, and will for the first down to White, making the catch just shy of the 40.
I don't know what.
And there is a penalty flag behind the play.
It'd have to be against the Unaka themselves because there's no North Green player around the Unaka players.
So an illegal man downfield for the Rangers as they got beyond that 2 or 3 yard window, if you will, and they went ahead and started to block. And you can't do that. It's a no-no.
Yeah, and in case people don't, not as astute as this game we are, they need to talk about the illegals. Lineman downfield. Like I said, the lineman can only go like 2 or 3 yards. It's about, I believe it's maybe no more than 2 yards down the field when the ball is being thrown, and that way it's not like out in the backyard where you got your center going out for a pass or whatever. So it helps out on the defense. But 2nd and 1, and Unaka slung that thing.
Right. So you move it back just inside the 30 at the 29-yard line, and that'll be a 2nd down. Say it up middle screen. It's going to be complete. This will be repass 35-40, 45-50, and he's literally tripped up by E-Step into North Green territory down to the 48-yard line. It's an Apex Bank 1st and 10 for the Rangers.
Screen pass got a 2nd and long yardage situation. Situation calls for a pass. North Green says it's going to be a pass, so Unaka comes out and they act like they're going to throw a screen, so they let the defensive linemen come through like they're all Americans. They can't block me, and you just throw it up over their head, and a great defensive play keeps that thing from going to the house.
So from the North Green 47 is now where Unaka, and they've just got chunk play after chunk play here in this first half to this point, and they lead at 14-0. Bring a man in motion and then hand it off. This is going to be the tailback, 45-40, and out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. And another big hard run by Kean Barton. Barton will take it to the 35, brought down by Yeshua Vaughn and a combination of Huskies. Another Apex Bank 1st and 10.
Well, Unaka sent number 4 in motion, and it's almost like he thought, wait a minute, I'm not supposed to be in motion here. So he just kind of stopped, and I think it may have confused North Green a little bit because they said, well, he don't know what he's doing. How am I supposed to know what to do? And then they popped it to the outside here. But like I said, they're clicking off big plays here.
14-0 Unaka, 7 minutes to play here in this opening half. They drive again. This is their 3rd offensive series. Snap is back. McKinney, design quarterback keeper, and he's met right in the middle of the hole by a run blitz by Leon Johnson, who brings it down back at the 37 for a loss of 2.
Well, they emptied the backfield, okay, which means they had nobody in the backfield but the quarterback. And I heard a great commentator say one time, if there's nobody but in the backfield except the quarterback, there's only 2 plays you can run: the quarterback throw it or quarterback run it. And North Green said, I believe he's going to run it, and they were standing there waiting for him when he did.
Hit the right gap for sure as they bring down McKinney in the backfield. 2nd down and 12 coming up for the Unaka Rangers. And Barton is in the backfield to the left shoulder of McKinney. 3 wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near side for Unaka. McKinney's under pressure. He's sacked. Robbins getting to it. Pressure dialed up back-to-back by the North Green Huskies. And Colton Robbins comes up with a hit all the way back to the 45-yard line. That's going to be a loss of 8, making it a 3rd and 20 for Unaka.
And no, I don't have a 3rd and 20 play, okay? But, what's the best pass defense? Pass rush. And that time, North Green, usually you don't have 2, but North Green had 2 players in the backfield. I don't know if they did something funny up front to confuse Unaka or not, but they were both there.
So Unaka will burn a timeout
And we'll take that timeout as well and step aside for just 30 seconds. When we come back, Unaka faces 3rd down and 20. This is the Gateway Ford Nissan. Formation where you got a couple of offensive linemen lined up as wideouts. They spread everything out, and they're going to try to set up a middle screen. Picked up 45, 50, and to the Unaka 45-yard line as the interception made by North Greene. A great pick. And the North Greene Huskies, and that is Christian Cogdell, who they've changed the jersey. And Cogdell just stood right there, stepped in front of the receiver, and makes the pick. And now the North Greene Huskies have it at the Unaka 48.
Well, Unaka had a center and 2 guards lined up where they normally line up. The tackles were out here next to the sideline with the ends on that part, and North Greene played that extremely well. I mean, usually you got people spread out, but they stayed right where they were, and the quarterback tried to throw a little screen pass across the middle, and North Greene was there on him.
5.5 to play. The Huskies have some life, down 14-0. Yeshua Vaught has yet to get going here in this football game. He has been handled. Snap is back to Darnell. He's going to keep it on a little bootleg to the right side, and Unaka was not fooled. It took a long time to develop, and it's no gain. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10, and good pursuit by A.J. Greenless of Unaka.
Yeah, good job of getting after him for Unaka. That looked like it might have some possibilities going there.
2nd down, I just have to turn that off.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. You just hit me other times. And say, Brian, I'm hearing things.
I was going to say I'm hearing myself, and I don't like it.
2nd down and 10 coming up for the North Greene Huskies as we go under 5 minutes to play here in this half. Darnell can't pick up the snap. It's still loose, and then it's finally going to be picked up by Vaught, who apparently had a knee down. Wow, that's good those officials picked up the knee down this week.
As in reference to a game we did last week that we haven't forgot about yet. But that was a disaster from the get-go. The center rode the ball back to the quarterback. He kind of suffered on the ground. He handed the ball, and it was off. It wasn't at the mesh point where it's supposed to be, and he drops it. And North Greene fortunate they got that thing back.
North Greene facing a 3rd down and really 12. The snap is back. Darnell to pass, looking across the middle, throws into coverage, and it's going to be picked off. Greenless comes up with the interception for Unaka. They get it right back at the North Greene 38-yard line.
Yeah, a young quarterback threw it into a crowd again. And you don't understand as a quarterback, especially a young quarterback, you got a primary caller, you got a primary receiver that you're going to, and you got people running complementary routes with it. And a young quarterback knows where the ball is called to go, but sometimes the defense doesn't play like it's supposed to, and they cover that, so you've got to have the ability to come off and find a secondary receiver. Really, really tough on a lot of quarterbacks, especially a young quarterback, that will be able to do this, I feel confident.
1st down and 10 coming up for Unaka. They lead 14-0 as we approach halftime. Here from the Tundra, White will go in motion behind the formation. They'll run a bootleg to the near side. McKinney looking, dumping it off, incomplete. Tried the one-handed grab. Yeshua Vaught put a lot of pressure on the receiver, and then pressure going against against McKinney. The passer was Ethan White. And we've got another illegal man downfield against the Unaka Rangers, which is going to back them up 5 yards to make it 1st and 15.
How many is that tonight?
2 officially. They had 3, but they declined 1.
How many years we've done this?
Repeat 1st down, 5
like
like 13 non-consecutive and then 17 or 16 or something like that over. We get out of a bunch.
Okay, how many times we had illegal linemen downfield called in those years?
One.
Yeah, so tonight we've had 2 called and 3 that should have been called. So, you know, the coaches need to say, you see where that ball is? Don't go past it. It's real simple.
So it's going to bring up a first down and a 15.
Another sack by number
And this is going to be another great play. McKinney was looking to take off once again, but for North Greene, it's going to be Leon Johnson who just says, nope, you're not going anywhere.
Leon Johnson came through and just took everybody out he could. And I wonder, you know, being the great thought mind that I am, if Unaka is not running the RPO, run pass option stuff, and so the linemen don't know if they're running it or passing it. So it almost acts like that's what it is now. That Unaka's done some creative stuff on offense, so I wouldn't put it past him.
McKinney works out of the gun once again. He rolls the pocket to the near side, rolling, passing, complete in coverage across the 45 to the 43-yard line, and yet another catch by Brennan Repass is going to make it short of the first down, but third down and much more manageable.
Well, that time the defensive back was in coverage, but he had his head turned from the quarterback. So if you're a quarterback, you see that the defensive back has got his head, is not looking at you. Obviously, he doesn't see you throw it, and he was able to throw it in there. North Greene had a guy in position, but he never did find the football.
Going to make it third down and 6 at the 42-yard line. As the clock is stopped, the receiver went out of bounds with that catch. So Unaka huddling here, break the huddle. 3 wideouts to the far side, including White and Repass, who have been the 2 producers of offense, along with the quarterback McKinney, who gets the snap out of the pistol, rolls the pocket. He's going to be brought down in the backfield again. North Greene, he was rolling it, and they came right after him. And there with that stop is going to be Christian Cogdell, and a timeout will be asked for by North Greene here.
I don't know if the quarterback McKinney knew exactly what he wanted to do there, because he kind of tiptoed down the line of scrimmage. He didn't go at it with a forceful type motion like he was determined about what he's going to do, and because he was hesitant, he got blasted.
So North Greene will burn a timeout here, and hoping to get the ball back. They had it with the turnover, but then they gave it right back with another interception. So they've had a turnover on downs and an interception and a couple of punts. And right now, Unaka leads the football game 14-0. You win here by Unaka solidifies a playoff spot for them, and then they would need some help from Jellicoe to lose for them to get a home playoff berth. But they just have one conference game remaining, and Unaka still has number 1 in the region for the moment, Cloudland, who is unbeaten at 3-0 in league play. Meanwhile, for the North Greene Huskies, they need a win here tonight to pretty much solidify a spot. If not, going to make the Week 11 showdown with Cosby winner take all into the playoffs. And congratulations, you get Cofield.
Yeah, oh boy.
So the injured player is McKinney.
That's not good if you're Unaka.
So already on your second quarterback of the season, midway through the year, he goes off rather gingerly. And it is fourth down. It's 4th and 9. So Unaka was going to at least be in a position to punt. So Repass is going to punt it away.
I bet they'd have went for it.
4th down and 9.5. Snap is high, but a whistle to stop play. And a fortunate whistle here for Unaka. And a false start on Unaka. Probably the best false start of the season for the Rangers.
Yeah, because that ball was headed way over this punter's head. And by the time North Greene had been all over him deep. But again, a false start, if you start a false start, you start where you're supposed to, it blows the play dead.
4th down and about 14.5. Snap is high.
That much better.
Repass brings it down. They block it. They got a piece of it.
Look at this.
It's fielded behind the line of scrimmage for Unaka. They pick it up from the 35 to the 40, and they won't get the first down. Because it happened behind the line, they could pick it up. And so they do, but North Greene tackles him, and North Greene will have the football at about the 43, 44-yard line.
I've been really impressed at the way that North Greene has kind of been in the scramble mode and performed well. For example, that ball right there, if they're not heads up and what they're doing, what's going on, he's gone to the house. And they've had that a couple of times on some of the trick plays that Unaca's run. North Greene has had themselves in real good position. So I don't know if of course, they hadn't seen that on film. I don't think you have that on film. But some of the things that Unaca's doing, so North Greene's showing a little bit of discipline about being where I'm supposed to be when I'm supposed to be there.
I don't know. How many years we've been doing this?
I don't know.
I don't know I've ever seen that.
No, I have not either. I'm telling you, North Greene moves every time.
First down and 10. This will be a pass complete to Robbins, 40, 35. He'll take it down to the 33-yard line. It'll move the chains for an Apex Bank first and 10 with North Greene down 14-0.
It looks like to me that North Greene's got somebody in motion every play because one of the left tackle is going down late before the ball was snapped, and by the time he's going back down, the ball was snapped, and if he's moving before the ball is snapped, it's motion, but the referees don't see it that way, so they're the one that counts.
First and 10 from the 32-yard line of Unaka. Handoff Yeshua Vaught. Breaks some tackles outside. 30, 25. He'll take it to the 21-yard line as Yeshua Vaught moves the pile for 12 yards and another first and 10 brought to you by Apex Bank.
Well, neither one of these teams are just loaded with depth. I think North Greene has a little bit more depth than Unaka, so you wonder, will Unaka become fatigued here? And in the last two plays, Unaka's not excited about getting lined up.
2:21 to play first half, 14-0 Unaka, and the North Greene Huskies have a little something going here. Darnell going to keep it around right end inside the 20. He'll take it down to about the 19, maybe the 18-yard line before he'll be brought down there to make it a second down and 7 coming up for the North Greene Huskies.
Good all-around play. Darnell did a good job turning up, and Unaka had a young man stand there setting that edge that we talk about so many times, and was able to make the play without a minimal yardage.
So on second down, Huskies in with 2 timeouts with 1:45 to play here in this opening half. Trail 14-0. Snap is back. Darnell's pass is complete to Robbins, far side. Making a man move, has the first down and more inside the 15 as he'll take it down inside the 10 potentially, around the 9, which should be an Apex Bank first and goal for the Huskies in the Gary's Paint and Body red zone.
Very good. Good throw, good catch, and that's just that play. That wide receiver doesn't go anywhere. The ball was snapped. The defensive back has to bail out to keep him getting beat deep, and he just stands up there and throws it to him, and then he did a good job after he caught it.
Clock runs with 1:25 to play. It's first down and goal. Collins looking over to the sidelines. He doesn't know the play. Darnell does. He says, just get set. They quickly get to the line, and then the snap comes back. Darnell rolling the pocket left side. He's under some pressure. He'll go down back at the 15 for a loss of 7. As A.J. Greenless comes up with that stop in the backfield, and it brings up second and goal at the 14.
That's going to be a coverage sack or whatever, because there's nobody open in the secondary, and then if the quarterback doesn't have anybody open, he can't throw it, so the pursuit gets after him. But again, rolling to the left, you cut your field in half.
So a timeout will be asked for by the North Greene Huskies as they let just a couple of more seconds come off of that clock, but they'll have 1 timeout remaining. Coming up here at the half, Jim Miller with our scoreboard look as the only other local team, the county team in action, the South Greene Rebels. They're a long way from being local. They're all the way down in Maryville tonight.
Maryville.
As they play Eagleton Academy. We'll get you an update on those scores. 2 games last night that were played. Morristown East went ahead and played. It wasn't like a rivalry game. They're just like, can we just go and get our season over? They lost anyway. They lost to Gibbs, who was the ranked 9th in 4A. Gibbs improving on the season to 7-1. They win 21-14. But Morristown East gave them a game, at least. They still are winless on the year. Meanwhile, Jefferson County, Spencer Riley and the Jeff County Patriots rolling against Farragut 31-14. To move to 7-1 on the year. Those were the games from last night. Jim Miller along. Our Philly Fanatic will bring you scores from around the area. Colton right now is on cloud line. Second down and goal from just inside the 15 out of the timeout by North Greene. Darnell to pass, looking with time, lobbing it to a wide open Robbins. Caught it. Touchdown, North Greene. Touchdown, Colton Robbins from Thomas Darnell covering 14 yards.
Well, I mean,
there is a penalty flag.
That might be a hold.
Flag on the field, folks.
I think it's an illegal man downfield,
No.
believe it or not.
Well,
Believe
I'll tell
it
you
or
what
not.
happened. I'll tell you what happened. Well, if it is, why it happened. And we're all on our edge of our seats as we wait for the guy in the white hat. And he says...
You got an illegal man downfield. That's declined.
We're going to have offsetting fouls and replay the down, folks.
Offset.
I think 2 fouls on the offense. It is.
So they were declining.
All right, so
yeah.
here's the problem. So it's an illegal man downfield, and North Greene with an illegal touching. As Robbins was covered up, he was not eligible to go downfield. So he caught the ball, and he was not allowed to. He was the illegal man downfield. Then because he caught it and touched it first, that's a loss of down. So back him up to the spot. They're going to back him up 5 yards and make it 3rd and goal at the 19.
That's pretty tough. You always want them 3rd and goals from the 19. Yeah, so you got to realize the only guy that can go down the field to catch a pass is either the guy in the backfield, obviously, or the one on the end of the line of scrimmage. And if somebody's on the outside of you, you're not the last guy on the line. So
right.
The last man can go. So, I see what they've done. They've got the 2 flankers over there. But you got to ask that referee. He'll tell you, I'm off, I'm on. You got to tell me.
So 3rd and goal from the 19. Darnell throws it into coverage across the middle. It's going to be picked off by that's going to be Greenless, and the Rangers turn away the Huskies' threat after it looked they were in the end zone.
Looks like they had a touchdown, and again, just threw that thing up in a crowd. There was nobody open, but Unaka got it. I mean, you could only see like one. I'm not sure why Unaka had all those people around that receiver, to be honest with you. They had like 3 guys around him, but just stood in the middle of the field, and is an easy pick, really.
Easy pick, and that comes with 32 seconds to play here in this opening half. Unaka holding a 14-0 lead.
Now, here's the important thing. Oh, okay. McKinney's back out there. I was going to say, I didn't. And if I'm, let's get now. We're here late in the game. Got the ball inside the 5-yard line. Let's be in the shotgun formation. Nothing bad can happen here.
Kenny's going to hand it off to Barton. Barton breaking a tackle, but then is brought down on the far sideline. And there to make that stop for North Greene is Brandon Weems. Maybe a loss of a yard on the play, and that potentially could take us to the end of the first half.
I believe it will, but again, you can tell how I love these shotgun snaps now.
Yeah,
I mean, you're on your 3-yard line, and you're going to snap it to the quarterback standing 3 yards into the end zone. Okay, yeah, and all these snaps are perfect.
So that will indeed be the final play of the first half. The Unaka Rangers scoring their opening 2 drives thanks to a 4th down that was failed by North Greene. They took a short field to go 33 yards into the end zone. They get a stop on North Greene on the next series and then drive right down the field 65 yards to get back into the end zone for the 2 scores. And then we just kind of had turnover fest the rest of that second quarter of play. And after North Greene appeared to be in the end zone, an ineligible man downfield was the same guy that caught it, which was an illegal touching, which was a loss of down, which resulted in an interception on the next play. That's your first half.
Easy for you to say.
Right. We go to the break with Jim Miller with a look of scores around the area here. Coming up, the McAfee McAfee halftime report. Your score at the break, it's Unaka 14 and North Greene 0. This is
The mission at TRC Logistics is providing independent advice and identifying the right fit for you. Services are sourced and procured based on solution specifications provided by our supply chain solution. TRC Logistics has the freight management experience you need with the quality you can depend on. Customer service is our goal, not increased profit margins. The mission at TRC Logistics is simple: to provide high-quality services in a timely manner. Our team caters to each project's specific needs to ensure excellence. When service matters, TRC Logistics is the solution. Remember those days when life was simpler and every corner held a treasure just waiting to be discovered? Pettit's Market was a place where memories were made and where stories were woven. Here you'll find more than just goods. You'll find a piece of the past wrapped in the embrace of today. Pettit's Market is where neighbors become friends, friends become family, and good food and love holds everything together. So step inside, make memories, eat good, and leave happy. Pettit's Market, the little store with a big welcome.
Hometown Realty of Greeneville is selling Greeneville and Greene County 1 yard at a time. Every coach knows making the right call is what makes his team successful. If you want success in moving your real estate, get the home field advantage. Make sure to make the right call. Call Hometown Realty and Auction of Greeneville. Hometown Realty offers you professional service with local hometown people you know and trust. Call Hometown Realty of Greeneville today, 423-639-2345.
Community minded, just like you. Community minded, that's for sure it's true.
You care about the future of this community. You grew up here. You've raised a family here. Your life is here. So is ours. Greeneville Federal Bank, member FDIC. Banking made easy.
Community minded, just like you.
Busted pipes got you down? Need a utility line trenched out? Whatever your light backhoe needs, groundhog trenching is the solution. Groundhog trenching does the digging so you don't have to. Whether you need to bore under the driveway, sidewalk, road, or maybe you just need help with your next livestock burial, groundhog trenching can do the job. Give us a call or even send us a text today to find out how the groundhog can help on your next project. Call 423-823-8308. That's 423-823-8308.
Offers contactless buffet to go with JoJo's Family Feast or anything on our menu for carryout. We also honor birthday parties and cater to businesses and large events. We make it easy. Call us today. Pizza Inn Greeneville.
Pizza, pancakes, or donuts. The Davy Crockett Travel Center in Baileyton has the cure for all your cravings. While you're there, shop our general store for souvenirs, gifts, and cellular accessories. In a hurry, grab a cold drink and a hot dog to go. Check us out on Facebook and come to Baileyton.
Tommie's Plumbing has provided professional plumbing services to the residents of Greeneville, Tennessee for over 30 years. Our experience and reputation have helped us grow our business to add locations in Jonesboro, Tennessee. Tommie's Plumbing is local and family owned, and we offer a full line of plumbing services, such as kitchen faucet, shower faucets, commodes, and bathroom faucets, as well as drain cleaning. We also provide outside plumbing work such as septic and sewer drain cleanouts, as well as repair and replace. Tommie's Plumbing pretty much does it all. Tommie's Plumbing is licensed, bonded, and insured. Our quality workmanship and passion to provide our clients with expert service is second to none. We guarantee we have the best warranty around. For all your plumbing needs, give Tommie's a call at 638-3662.
At Corner Pond, the friendly and knowledgeable staff has the experience necessary to help you out regardless the need. Have an item of value you'd like to pawn or sell? Corner Pond can help. They pawn numerous items of value, including firearms, tools, ammunition, silver, coins, and much more. When you walk through their doors, you'll find well-stocked shelves full of electronics, gaming systems, fishing and hunting equipment, car audio and accessories. And don't forget about the room full of guitars and basses and amplifiers, or their outside lawn and garden equipment. Corner Pond is a case knife dealer and carries numerous used knives as well. Stop by and let the friendly staff at Corner Pond help you today at 432 East Bernard Avenue, Greeneville, Tennessee.
This is Connie Kilday, branch manager at Andrew Johnson Bank, your trusted banking partner for over 4 decades. Banking is more than just numbers and transactions to me. It's my passion. So if you're looking for a banking partner who truly cares about your financial well-being,
all right, one more 30 and then I'll let Jeff in.
Visit me at our main office in downtown Greeneville. Andrew Johnson Bank, where helping friends is our business. ajbank.com, member FDIC.
The IHOP of Bayleton, located inside the David Crockett TA Travel Center, is open 24/7. That's right, they never close, which is perfect for this time of the year with all those ball games you're attending. And they'll have their full menu, full breakfast menu, anytime, day or night. Burgers, great steaks, meat with vegetable sides, sandwiches made just the way you like, and you can top it all off with a dessert. So bring the family. Go to Bayleton, home of the IHOP, open 24/7, exit 36, Interstate 81 in Bayleton.
This is Friday Night Under the Lights, the presentation of Gateway Ford Nissan. And now, the coach, Barry Carter and Brian Staten.
Welcome back into the McAfee McAfee halftime report, where the Unaka Rangers lead the North Greene Huskies by the score of 14-0. Let's get you the Nick Hershey Interline Mortgage scoring recap here in this opening half, and really just 2 scoring plays for the Unaka Rangers. They take over after the North Greene Huskies go 8 plays, 20 yards, and turn it over on downs. Then the Unaka Rangers go 7 plays, 33 yards. Connor McKinney in from 5 yards. The 2-point conversion was no good, and it was a 6-0 lead for Unaka. We go to the end of the first quarter after North Greene 3 plays, 8 yards, and a punt. Unaka would take over, go 9 plays, 65 yards, and the pass from Connor McKinney to Brennan Repass, making the catch with his knees, and then would get into the end zone. The 2-point conversion, McKinney right up the middle, was good, and it was 14-0. North Greene gets the ball. They move it down the field. They're forced to punt. They give the ball back after they go backwards with some penalties, and North Greene comes up with an interception. They drive, turn it over on an interception. Unaka has to punt. The Huskies block the punt and then are a heads-up play to make the tackle as the punt was picked up behind the line of scrimmage, which is allowed, and nearly ran for the first down, was Repass, but he was tackled about 5 yards shy of the first down to gain. So the Huskies, behind a long run by Yeshua Vaught, would get it into the red zone, or the Gary's Paint Body red zone. And then it would be a pass to Colton Robbins, who would take it down to the 8-yard line. And then on second down and goal from the 14. For the moment, it would appear as if the Huskies were into the end zone, but Colton Robbins was covered up on the play, deemed by the officials, which is an illegal touching as he caught the ball. That's a loss of down, loss of 5 yards, and then on 3rd down and goal from the 19, an interception, and Unaka ends the first half of play. In that first half for the Unaka Rangers, 10 first downs. They had 14 carries, 48 yards. They went 9 of 12 passing for 106 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. 8 penalties for 40 yards in that first half for the Unaka Rangers. The Huskies, 5 first downs. They carried it 10 times, just 22 yards. Darnell, 8 of 14, 60 yards with 2 picks, and just a couple of penalties on the North Greene Huskies in that first half of play. Individually for the Unaka Rangers, as they would rush with Connor McKinney 9 times, 31 times, and Barton would carry it 4 times for 14 yards. McKinney, he is 8 of 9 for 104 yards, a touchdown and a pick, and repass 1 for 2 for just 2 yards in that opening half. And their top tackler, 2 tacklers, one has been repassed, the other with 2 picks as well, is A.J. Greenless. For the North Greene Huskies in that first half of play, it's been a slow go for Yeshua Vages, 3 carries, 17 yards, 6 carries for 8 yards on the day for Darnell. Darnell is 7 of 8, 14 yards, or 60 yards, 8 of 14, 60 yards and 2 picks. And the top target has been Robbins, 6 catches for 52 yards in that first half of play. And leading the way defensively for North Greene has been Leon Johnson, who's got 3 tackles and a couple behind the line of scrimmage, along with Yeshua Vaught, who also has 3 tackles, and Jake Duffy for the North Greene Huskies. Your Nick Hershey Interline Mortgage scoring recap. Back in 30 seconds with your first half coaching adjustments. That's when we continue with more. At halftime, it is Unaka 14 and North Greene 0 to the McAfee and McAfee halftime reports. It's Friday night under the lights, driven by Gateway Ford Nissan, presented by Radio Greeneville Sports.
This is Attorney Jessica McAfee, a partner at the McAfee McAfee Law Office here in Greeneville. I want to personally congratulate all of our county's young athletes who have worked hard and dedicated themselves to their team to compete for their communities and schools. At McAfee and McAfee, we understand that in life, just like football, adversity must be overcome, and the team you've chosen to commit to will be instrumental for your success and potential victory. If you are experiencing adversity and are in need of a win, give us a call and see if we could be the right fit to join your team. Call 638-7000.
Welcome back to the Greene County Football Game of the Week. This is the McAfee and McAfee Law Office halftime show.
14-0, Unaka leading the North Greene Huskies. Time for your first half coaching adjustment, brought to you by Barry Carter, our own real estate agent from Century 21 Legacy. And Barry, a first half that North Greene got going, but mistakes, some turnovers hurt them. Unaka has been going with thanks to Connor McKinney. What does each team need to accomplish here in this segment?
Well, I'm supposed to tell you what I would do if I was the coach, right? My adjustment starts with number 3.
Yes.
Number 3 is he's got 24 minutes left here. He's touching it every time.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a leading rusher in school history. Okay, and the bell went off. Class is over.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he's a leading rusher in school history, and he carried it 3 times. They need to come out here and just keep pounding him. Now, that doesn't mean that they may not be successful the first drive, but just keep running him and running him and running him, because he should be well rested. Give him the football, control the clock, and let him run.
Unaka has run and thrown effectively enough as well, because McKinney is a threat to run the football all the time, but he's also a threat to throw the football and has been very effective doing that.
Yeah, and again, if you're Unaka, I don't know if it's a whole lot that you're going to do anything different what you did in the first half until North Greene is able to stop it. But right now they're being balanced. And McKinney has done an outstanding job at quarterback. Now, he took a pretty good shot, so, I mean, you wonder if taking a hit like that makes you think a little bit different about how you play. But he's shown a good real ability to throw it and pass it, and I think that North Greene maybe needs to come with a little pressure on him, because North Greene was able to get to him a couple times. So, and like I said, they threw it it was 2nd and 1, and they did the unheard of thing. They threw it in high school football. So, the Unaka wants to throw it, so North Greene needs to maybe widen their defensive ends out a little bit and see if they can't put a little pressure from outside in on Mr. McKinney.
It's your first half coaching adjustments brought to you by Barry Carter, real estate agents from Century 21 Legacy. And if buying or selling a home is giving you a headache, get BC. This guy, Barry Carter, Century 21 legacy. He can provide some relief from that headache by providing answers and solutions to the real estate market. Number 4 in listings, but number 1 in your heart. He's Barry Carter. Call 972-5586. Second half action when we come back. Thanks for listening to the McAfee and McAfee halftime reports. At the half, Unaka 14, North Greene 0 as you listen to the Gateway Ford Nissan Game of the Week. Presented by Radio Greeneville Sports.
We're all about food, and this Friday and Saturday is $5 days. Save big on many of your favorite items store-wide. Nobody does food like Food City. This Friday and Saturday is $5 days. Save $5 on Pick 5 meat. Final price $14.99. Fresh cut pineapple, cantaloupe, or watermelon bowls, each $5. Food Club chunk white chicken breast or Panera bread soup, 2 for $5, and more. Certain restrictions apply.
The Friday night game of the week, the special presentation of Gateway Ford Nissan. Brought to you by
the Marathon Quick Stop Markets, Roberts Furniture and Mattress Gallery, your Greeneville Energy Authority, by Greeneville Federal Bank, Ashley Drug Center, by Hometown Realty and Auction, Ace Hardware, Roto-Rooter of Greeneville, Andrew Johnson Bank, Rusty Tire Alignment, Baileyton Drug Company, by Terry's Flooring, Southbound Real Estate, Davy Crockett TA Travel Center, by Town and Country Pharmacy, by Food City, and by Gateway Ford Nissan.
And now, Friday nights under the light.
Caleb Fields set to kick it away to start this second half. We welcome you back into Baileyton here at North Greene High School. And Fields, a slow rolling squib kick that is going to be fielded at the 34 and cleanly by Jacob Smith, and he falls on it at the 34. Unaka will have the ball to start this second half. They lead the game 14-0 as we're just underway here in the third quarter. Brian State, the coach Barry Carter, game station engineers Jeff Moore, and our executive producer of the Gateway Ford Nissan Game of the Week is Nathan Humbert. Scoreboard host is Jim Miller. Great assistance from Colton Miller. Our on-site assistant is going to be Rhonda Carter. And always good to have Grassroots along with us. That is Dalton Lamb and all the boys. Tyler and Mark and everybody here. We're blowing out the budgeting coverage tonight. And we sent Tate down to Eagleton. Said, you go there, you stay with Mom and Dad. Handoff for Barton on the first carry of the second half, and a sure-handed tackle that time by Brandon Weems of North Greene, and Barton is going to lose 2 yards at second down at 12.
You know, if North Greene could cut out some of the chunk plays that Unaka's done, they've done a pretty good job, but Unaka's hit them with some big gainers, 10, 15 yards or so. They've been in pretty good. They've been in pretty good position all night long to make some plays. They just give up big plays. They need to make a stop here and make a Unaka punt here.
Yeah, chunk plays have not been North Greene's friend here this evening, as they have definitely given up a bunch of those. They have already given up over 5 plays over 20 yards. Rolling the pocket will be McKinney's going to throw it away, and he's outside of the pocket. I don't know that the ball made it to the line of scrimmage. It has to do that. The official is ruling that is the case. Even though nobody is in the area, the ball still has to go to the 34, and I'm assuming it did.
It just barely did, yeah.
Or the 32, that's right.
Yeah, from where the ball is, the 32, yeah, it went across the line of scrimmage. But, again, North Greene was able to get pressure up front. Good job in coverage in the secondary, took away the receiver. Again, we talked about McKinney. We talked about Darnell being inexperienced. Well, McKinney's, third game at quarterback? So he's not going to be very adept at coming off primary receivers either. So if North Greene can put pressure on him and make him throw it, now North Greene's going to back up and say you can catch it in front of us, but you're not getting past us here.
3rd and 12. McKinney rolls the pocket under great pressure, and he's just going to get rid of it incomplete. And there was a man, Barton, in the area that time, but Robbins putting a lot of pressure on McKinney. It's 4th down and 12.
Good pressure from Robbins there to put pressure on the quarterback.
And so it will be repass set to punt it away. A stop by North Greene. Coach, if you got something that's going to happen here to start the second half, you wanted a 3 and out, and you got it.
That's I didn't get a chance to probably get in depth, but I said give it to Joshua, but you need to stop Unaka first, and that plays right into the game. Number 3 is going to.
Repass has come blocked, and it's going to be picked up by Robbins. He's going to walk it into the end zone. Touchdown, North Greene. Touchdown, Colton Robbins, and it's the exact start you needed here in the second half.
Or you can hold Unaka for 3 and out and make them punt and then block a punt. That's a pretty good strategy in the second half, too.
Not bad at all. It was a high snap, and North Greene just paying little attention to the guys up front blocking them.
Well, again, Unaka's lined up like 3 times, well, 2 times to punt, and they've snapped it 3 times. One of them was a penalty, and 2 of the snaps were terrible. North Greene has blocked 2 Unaka punts tonight. Now we're going to kick it.
So it's the extra point by Fields. Snap, hold, kick is blocked. And the extra point is no good. So it's still a one-possession game. But just coming right up the middle untouched, it looked as if that was Greenless who got the block.
We're not doing a clinic on kicking game tonight, are we?
So it's going to bring up a kickoff. North Greene getting a touchdown because of a block punt. Back in 30 seconds with your new score. It's Unaka 14, North Greene 6, 10:51 left in the third. This is the Gateway Ford Nissan Game of the Week presented by Radio Greeneville Sports.
Hi, this is Matt, pharmacist at Bailey Drug Company. Our goal is to provide you with personalized service at an affordable price. We offer immunizations, durable medical equipment, compounding, and over-the-counter medications. We accept all insurance and offer free delivery. Call us at 528-4273 or visit us at 515 Van Hill Road in Baileyton. That's Baileyton Drug Company, where you're a neighbor, not a number.
And now, back to the field with Brian Staten and Barry Carter.
So we welcome you back into North Greene High School. A block punt returned for a touchdown. And the extra point was no good. So this kickoff high, fielded at the 24, 30, 34-yard line for the return man. It looked like that was Greenless. It was, returning it 10 yards to the 34. 1st and 10 for the Rangers. They went 3 and out, had a punt blocked, and the North Greene Huskies on the board. They're down 14-6, but Unaka has the football back.
North Greene seems to have a little bit of momentum going for them here now. They did a great job on defense, forced the punt situation. The snap was terrible. And North Greene's able to get in there and block. How many illegal man downfield have we seen in our careers, and how many block punts have we seen in one game in our career?
Back to back.
Yeah.
For that matter. So Unaka with the football, 1st down and 10. Pass is going to be picked off. Intercepted by Darnell, 30. Darnell at the 20. Darnell at the 10. And it's a touchdown-saving tackle made inside the 10 near the 5-yard line. The North Greene Huskies have it 1st and goal inside the 5.
Unbelievable. Again, one of the things that caused that play right there was pressure on the quarterback. North Greene sent some guys on a stun or a blitz, whatever you want to call it. Got a little pressure on the quarterback, and is one of those, I know you're supposed to be over there, so I'm just going to throw it. And unfortunately, if you're a Unaka fan, North Greene was there to pick it off, and fortunate for Unaka that he didn't take it to the house.
As the tackle was made by Isaiah White. He got up slow. 1st and goal at the 3 for the Huskies. 10:35 to play here in this third quarter at North Greene. A block punt to return for a touchdown. Call back hidden yardage. Thomas Darnell now has the football, 1st and goal at the 3. He's got Yeshua Vaught lined up behind him in that pistol formation. Vaught touches it 3 times. 1. He has it at the 2, to the 1, to the end zone. Touchdown North Greene. Touchdown Yeshua Vaught as he scores from 3 yards.
Great job blocking up front. The ball was a low snap that North Greene's able to overcome that, and I believe Joshua was run out of his shoe again.
So the Huskies will go for 2, down 2 here at the Tundra against the Unaka Rangers.
I know what I'm running. That's going to be like Dalton Lamb here on Grassroots replay. Same thing.
Hand off to Vaught would be good here. So timeout for an equipment adjustment for Unaka.
Official timeout.
And now North Greene will line the ball up on the right hash, which is the far side.
North Green going for the 2-point conversion.
Got real wide over here, looking for a run to the left.
Offset eye to the left. Suggs is lined up over here to the left. They're going to throw it, and it's a receiver slant complete to Robbins to tie the game at 14.
Wow.
North Green
Amazing.
Ties it up, and we go to another break. Back in 30 seconds after the interception. Took just one play to get into the end zone. 10:28 left here in the third. It's now North Green 14, Unaka 14, as you listen to the Gateway Ford Nissan Game of the Week, presented by Radio Greeneville Sports.
Hometown Realty of Greeneville is celebrating 20 years as your hometown real estate firm. Times change, but our principles and dedication to our community have not. Thank you for 20 successful years, and we look forward to 20 more.
On behalf of all our agents, we would like to thank you for helping make these past 20 years successful and look forward to working with you for many more.
Welcome back. Now, here's Brian Staten.
14-14 as the Huskies have tied it, scoring 14 points in the opening minute and 32 of the second half. A block punt returned for a touchdown by Robbins, and then an interception by Darnell returned to the 3. Yeshua Vaught, the next play into the end zone, the 2-point conversion, Darnell to Robbins. It's 14-14, and Coach, script me a better start to a second half.
I believe that's, if I was going to go in the dressing room, say, here's what we need to do. We need to block a punt, stop and block a punt, and then we need to intercept and almost score. That would be, that's what I wrote down. That's my adjustments.
Fields to kick it away straight on. It's going to be fielded at the 25. Greenless, 30. Sidesteps 2 and then gets back to the 35 before he's gang tackled by a pack of Huskies.
On the 2-point conversion for North Green, they sent a wide receiver way out here past the numbers, and he was kind of one-on-one with the defensive back who must have had outside coverage, and the receiver just went down and is cut to the inside, and there's no way that defensive back could get there in time.
1st and 10, Unaka at their own 35. They find themselves now at a tie game, 14-14. As Chris Good will bring the offensive line to the line of scrimmage. Shoemaker is the tackle on the right side, big imposing force. And again, a undersized Unaka team. I don't say undersized, with the numbers that they have on the sideline. Lead toss to the left side. This will be repass, trying to get outside, and they're not going to let him. Another big tackle by Brandon Weems, making another huge tackle for the North Green Huskies from that right corner position, and is going to bring up 2nd down and about 10 right at the line of scrimmage is where the tackle was made.
North Green's playing good defense this time. We had a lead blocker out there, and he's supposed to make the block to spring the runner around the corner. He did not. The defensive back came, fought off the block, and made a tackle for a little loss.
So it brings up 2nd and 10. Barton is in the backfield behind McKinney. He's going to get the carry, run it to the left side, and he breaks a tackle, stays on his feet at the 40. Leon Johnson will bring him down as he crosses the 41-yard line, picking up 6. Going to bring up 3rd down and 4 coming up for the Unaka Rangers.
This is a big play right here. North Green needs to stop, at least not give anything up here, and make Unaka try to punt. Of course, Unaka may be thinking, well, let's go for a 4th down. If we give it up on the 45-yard line, it's better than throwing it back to the end zone, so we'll see.
Officials give him 1 more yard, so 3rd down and 3 coming up for Unaka. Snap is back. McKinney's going to keep it around this right end, and he'll have the 1st down and more across the 45 to midfield and down to the North Green 49-yard line for an Abex Bank 1st and 10 for the Rangers in a game that's tied at 14.
Got behind number 64 there, big lineman for Unaka, and the quarterback. Again, we talked about this. McKinney's not a very big kid, and a lot of times these small backs get hid behind linemen, and you can't find them. And when they do find him, he finally pops out, and you make a tackle. He's made a good game, but this North Green needs to stop. They've got momentum. They need to stop big time.
1st and 10 for Unaka at the North Green 49. Repass in motion to the backside. Barton breaks a tackle in the backfield. Breaks another tackle, but then not the rest of the tacklers coming up for the North Green Huskies. Losing his helmet is going to be Brandon Weems, who was there to lead that charge on the right side. That play was strung out so much that Barton didn't get anything. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And then good. That's what you try to do. You try to either set the edge or string it out. So eventually, the sideline becomes your defender, and you have to, as a back, you got to turn it up sooner or later. And the time he did, he was way out of bounds. And they let Brandon Weems went ahead and made the play with the helmet off.
So 2nd down and 11 after the loss of a yard on the play. And the clock runs as we go to 8 minutes to play here in this third quarter. Tied at 14. In the backfield on the lead toss is repass. He's looking to throw it. He lost his footing, lost an edge because Yeshua Vaughn was in the backfield, and he was an imposing figure. It'll be a loss of 4 back to the 46. Brings up a 3rd and 15.
Again, whether it be just a drop back pass by the quarterback or a halfback pass, which that looked like it was going to be, pressure in the face of the passer will throw everything off. And that time, the running back, number 23, who looked like he's going to throw it, Barton, but here's Vaught in his face to make him think about, watching the rush plus throwing it down the field.
2 wideouts far, 1 to the near as McKinney gets the snap on 3rd and 15. It's a quarterback draw, and Colton Robbins will drive him into the turf at the 43-yard line, and it's 4th down and 18 coming up, and the Huskies, who have come to life this second half, will get the ball back on a potential punt coming up.
All right, you're the coach now, Brian. Okay, we're reversing here. I'll be the play-by-play. You're the coach, okay?
Yeah.
You going to punt this?
I'm going to run a quick kick because the snaps have been so slow to get back. I need a quicker snap back, and then I got to punt it. But I got to figure out how to block the guys up front that are running free.
That would help. Well, they're real small up front. If you look at the line here that they've got blocking against North Greene, no wonder they're running through them. And the snap's been high, so it don't help. Then they moved.
Good. Oh, they're going to run a fake. The pass is dropped. White had it. He had a long way to go. Not sure he's going to get there. Repass, throwing the pass, and it's behind White, his intended target, and he just dropped it. He had room to go. I don't know that he gets there, but they definitely halted the rush by running a fake.
Yeah, they sure did. That's a good call by Unaka. Unaka has shown some good coaching ability in what they're doing. That pass, but when a receiver's running, like he's running from right to left and he's full speed, and that ball is behind him on his back shoulder like that, it is so hard to be able to adjust your body around to make a catch. And I'm still going with my second half adjustments where I'm handing it to Vaught here. We hadn't had a chance to do that yet, but I still think that's the game plan.
From the 42-yard line, it is 1st and 10 for North Greene from the Unaka 42. Just like this game started, North Greene turned the ball over at their own 33 on downs. Unaka has done so here. This pass, Darnell looking to the near side. It's up over the head of the intended
Penalty
target
flag
of Grayson Collins. And there is a flag right at the line of scrimmage.
And I believe that would be, believe it or not, we've got an ineligible receiver downfield. Because I saw a lineman walking back. What was the call?
I think that I couldn't see. He was covered up by one of the North Greene Huskies, Kelson Estep. I couldn't see it. It is an ineligible man down.
I saw a lineman, offensive lineman for North Greene walking 10 yards back to the line of scrimmage. That's a pretty good indication. You may have been too far down the field.
So back him up 5 yards. 1st down and 15 at the 47-yard line. Darnell hands it off to
There
Vaught.
we go.
Moving it to the right side, 45. On his feet, 40. Breaks a tackle there, 35. Just plowing his way inside the 35 to the 30.
And another flag.
Flag is down near the end of the run, inside the 30 to the 29. He picks up 18 on 1st and 15.
That might have been a face mask. It's either face mask or blocking the back. And they're moving the chains down, so that's going to be a face mask penalty.
We have a sideline warning against Unaka, which is just a gain of 18, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, I guess somebody from the sideline came out to try to make a tackle or whatever. But again, you got to hand it to 3. I mean, hand it to 3. I mean, it's real simple. He's a leading rusher in the school history of some real good rushers, by the way. It's not like he's the first rusher or anything like that, but hand it to him.
And Apex Bank 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line for the North Greene Huskies. They have scored 14 unanswered here in this third quarter and looking for more. Darnell avoids 2 rushers somehow in the backfield, stays on his feet, and makes another man miss at the 35, but not the 4th man, back at the 33-yard line. And that's going to be Greenless, who has just been everywhere defensively for the Unaka Rangers.
Hand it to 3.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Hey, I found what I want to do, Brian. I'm going to give up this radio gig.
Okay. You can't do that.
I want to stand over here on the sideline, hold them signs up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And say it will have the number 3 on it?
Yeah. Of course, I wouldn't be high enough off the ground. I'd have to get a step stool, be able to see it, I guess. But why, I don't have anything in this, so I shouldn't be. Of course, I hear a man complain about spot fouls and holding all the time. I'm saying hand it to 3, please.
2nd down and 14. The Huskies taking an inordinate amount of time to receive the sign from the number from the sideline. 5:10 to play here in this 3rd quarter. 10-second count is on for Darnell. Everyone is set. And this lead toss to the near side for not much. Greenless is everywhere, as he's going to bring down the ball carrier, who is not Yeshua Vaught, but Jake Dunphy, back at the 41-yard line. That'll be a loss of 8 on the play.
Too slow. I mean, it was just too slow getting executed out there at the time. The snap was slow. The pitch out, which is kind of, I think, is the North Green's version of the option, that was too slow, so it didn't work. And North Green's doing math. 40 plus. They're doing math on the sideline.
3rd down, 21 coming up just at the 40-yard line. This pass is going to be caught, but Collins should have just dropped, and he did drop it. So he was going to lose 3 yards if he tried to catch it, because he went down to the ground to try to catch it. So it's incomplete, and so it's 4th down and 21.
And then we're going to have to punt. We had momentum going. You turn around and you hand it, I'm going to keep saying it, you handed the Vaught, he rips off about 20.
18,
and he's not touched it since.
So Collins in punt formation, the short punt, the quick kick, if you will. He'll roll the pocket right side. It's not there, so he punts it away. It's a good one. And it hits perfectly at the 5, bounces straight up into the air and fielded at the 6-yard line, and the Huskies have pinned Unaka inside the 10.
Well, I've been doing, you know how I am about investigating reporting.
Yeah.
And, of course, you got to realize who your sources are. But Mr. Dalton Lamb said that number and that blank spot and the plus sign was the signal for 40 plus.
Oh.
Now, of course, you got to realize who your evidence is coming from. Okay. The source may not be very, what you say, reliable, but made sense to me.
Was he a reliable player for you?
He played 2 outstanding years for me, didn't you, Dalton?
Yeah.
And we've got a place on the field named for him.
Yeah, we have 2 outstanding years and 0 wins.
Yeah.
He's a good one.
Oh, yes, he is.
1st down and 10, ball back at the 6-yard line for the Rangers. McKinney is working out of the pistol formation as Barton is in the backfield. They'll toss it to him left side. He's going to be met on that outside. I tell you what, right now just eating things up is Brandon Weems. There is no outside yards gained on Weems' side. They continue to run to him, and he continues to answer the call. It's a loss of about 2. It's going to bring up 2nd down. They say he did get back to the line. So it brings up 2nd down and 10.
What you've got here is kind of a sweep with nobody pulling in front of him. It's just to pitch it to the running back, and he goes out there and tries to beat the defensive back. There's no lineman pulling in front of him to get a block. It's just take it, and you're on your own, buddy. Well, you got a wide receiver out there, but that's all.
Tied at 14, North Greene and Unaka here in this 3rd quarter of play. McKinney on 2nd down and 9. This will be a lead toss to repass. And North Greene's adjustment is, let's get after it. Yeshua Vaught there with no gain. His repass just does get back to the line of scrimmage, and it brings up 3rd down and about 9.
At that time, Unaka sent a man in motion and pitched it to him, and the fullback was a lead blocker, but Yeshua Vaught just ran by the lead blocker. He didn't even look at him because nobody got the Vaught, so he just went in and made a tackle. And if you're Unaka, you got to be feeling really uncomfortable right now because you got the ball on the 5-yard line and you got a punt looking at you.
3rd down, long 9 coming up for the Rangers. This will be repassed to pass. He's fumbled the football. It's in the end zone. There is a penalty flag down on the play. Do the Huskies jump on it? It's still loose. It's still loose, and they have it. Touchdown, North Greene. Touchdown, Colton Robbins. And a penalty on the play.
What's the penalty going to be? If it's against North Unaka, it's a touchdown.
What they done is they were going to throw the beanbag, and they threw a flag. So instead of throwing the beanbag down, they threw the flag down, and they quickly picked it up. The touchdown is confirmed, and the North Greene Huskies have taken the lead. They have scored now 20 unanswered against the Unaka Rangers here in this third quarter.
And again, that's Unaka sweep, and whatever North Greene's adjustment's been on to at halftime, they are crashing from the outside to that pitchman. I don't know who that was. It might have been Vaught. I'm not sure who he was, but he come crashing off the left side of the defense and got his hand on that ball. Then it went to bouncing around everywhere, and North Greene had people all around it to come up with it. Good job.
Touchdown for the North Greene Huskies. They will go for 2. Snap is back. Darnell rolls the pocket. He's under pressure. Breaks a tackle. Rolling to the near side. Gets into the air. Lunges for the goal line. And the two-point conversion is converted. Holy cow. We go to a break with your new score. North Greene 22, Unaka 14, 2:25 left third quarter as you listen to the Gateway Ford Nissan Game of the Week, presented by Radio Greeneville Sports.
At Corner Pond, the friendly and knowledgeable staff has the experience necessary to help you out regardless the need. Have an item of value you'd like to pawn or sell? Corner Pond can help. They pawn numerous items of value, including firearms, tools, ammunition, silver, coins, and much more. When you walk through their doors, you'll find well-stocked shelves full of electronics, gaming systems, fishing and hunting equipment, car audio and accessories. And don't forget about the room full of guitars and basses and amplifiers, or their outside lawn and garden equipment. Corner Pond is a case knife dealer and carries numerous used knives as well. Stop by and let the friendly staff at Corner Pond help you today at 432 East Bernard Avenue, Greeneville, Tennessee.
And now they have forced a fumble, I think by Vaught, and then recovered by eventually Colton Robbins in the end zone for another touchdown and 2 two-point conversions, and the Huskies have scored 22 unanswered, lead the game 22-14.
I don't know if it was Joshua, am I saying that right?
Yeshua.
I don't know if it's him or not, but it was in the area where he would be coming from, and an outside linebacker situation. He just shot the gap. There's nobody blocking him. Nobody's blocking these outside linebackers for North Greene, and they're just getting in the backfield causing havoc. Yeshua, sorry. And speaking of which, there goes Yeshua onto the field right now.
So they're going to kick the ball away. Fields will be kicking it.
All right, folks, here we go.
And the kickoff is fumbled for the moment by Greenless at the 20. Picks it up at the 25, and he'll take it down to about the 28-yard line. Leon Johnson helping out on the stop. It'll bring up 1st and 10 for Unaka.
Have you ever heard the old saying that the wheels have run off?
Yeah.
I think that's about what's happening to Unaka. They can't get anything done for getting out in their own way. I mean, that time there's a straight kickoff to him, and the young man just dropped it. And that's things happen like it when things start, swirling around. Things go crazy. So Unaka will need to answer here.
So it's going to be a rush, and right now Unaka has no answer to stop the North Greene onslaught.
No, and right now, football is won by about 1.5 yards, okay? You got the football in the middle, half a yard on one side, half a yard on the other side, so that's about 1.5 yards, give or take. And who controls that little section right there usually wins. And right now, North Greene is dominating the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Some of the things that Unaka could do earlier are not able to do it anymore.
So it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 12. This pass will be complete to White at the 40, 41. He has an Apex Bank 1st and 10 as he will cross the 40 to the 42-yard line. That's a positive play, and there on the stop for the North Greene Huskies is going to be Dash Stegan, and it'll bring up 1st and 10, Unaka.
Well, no pressure on the quarterback, and the quarterback rolls out there, and he's looking. The defensive back cannot be expected to cover a receiver that long. You got to either come up and make him make a throw early or put pressure on him. But if he gets stand, even though he's not dropping straight back, he's still out here on the edge with plenty of time, able to find somebody coming open.
So it's going to be a 1st and 10. They run a little counter to this near side. That's going to be the running back, Kean Barton. And Barton will only get to the line of scrimmage. And there's Colton Robinson with yet another stop.
They're just not blocking the edge right now. They're not blocking, they being Unaka, they're not blocking the edge because either the outside linebacker or defensive end or that outside linebacker are just having a heyday and getting into the backfield before anything gets started. And I believe North Greene's playing like a 3-3 defense or something like that. They got 3 down linemen, 3 linebackers, and how many ever left will be your defensive backs.
So 22-14, North Greene leads. 2nd down and 11. Pass across the outside, 45-50 into North Greene territory down to the 46. And that's going to be repass and a penalty flag thrown at the line of scrimmage.
Probably going. You're not. I don't believe it.
Illegal man down.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
But here's the thing. You're exactly right. Your assessment of they're running an RPO, run pass option. And so the offensive line sees McKinney rolling the pocket, think he's going to take off because he's got room to go, so they go downfield to block, and then he throws it late. So It's on the quarterback because the offensive linemen are kind of reading him.
And he's holding it too long. He needs to make a quicker decision. And, you know, it's a read pace option. And like I said, they don't know if he's thrown it or not. So they got that internal time clock in their head saying, okay, I blocked, it's time to go. And he still got the ball. Quarterback still got it.
End of 3. We go to the 4th quarter. North Greene has taken the lead. Back in a minute. It's North Greene 22, Unaka 14.
Tommie's Plumbing has provided professional plumbing services to the residents of Greeneville, Tennessee for over 30 years. Our experience and reputation have helped us grow our business to add locations in Jonesboro, Tennessee. Tommie's Plumbing is local and family owned, and we offer a full line of plumbing services, such as kitchen faucet, shower faucets, commodes, and bathroom faucets, as well as drain cleaning. We also provide outside plumbing work, such as septic and sewer drain cleanouts, as well as repair and replace. Tommie's Plumbing pretty much does it all. Tommie's Plumbing is licensed, bonded, and insured. Our quality workmanship and passion to provide our clients with expert service is second to none. We guarantee we have the best warranty around. For all your plumbing needs, give Tommie's a call at 638-3662.
Sofa and Love Seat set starting at $8.99 and save $200 off Lazy Boy recliners at just $5.99.
That's right, Tom, and 20% off all spring air mattress sets and 20% off all outdoor furniture while supplies last. Store-wide savings.
Pizza, pancakes, or donuts. The Davy Crockett Travel Center in Baileyton has the cure for all your cravings. While you're there, shop our general store for souvenirs, gifts, and cellular accessories. In a hurry, grab a cold drink and a hot dog to go. Check us out on Facebook and come to Baileyton.
Presentation of Gateway Ford Nissan. And now, the coach, Barry Carter and Brian Staten.
So we start this 4th quarter of play, and the North Greene Huskies and Ethan White has just come in and sacked Connor McKinney, and he's going to force 3rd down and forever coming up here back at the 30-yard line.
You know, late in the 2nd quarter, I made the comment that Unaka needed a compass or a weather vane because they were going the wrong direction. That's continued here from that about midway through the 2nd quarter into the third quarter, now the start of the 4th. They can't get anything hardly positive going. For every step they take forward, they take like 3 steps back.
So 3rd down and long. McKinney quarterback draw right up the middle. Leon Johnson says, I got you. Gain of a yard. It's 4th down coming up for Unaka, down 22-14.
And they got a punt. I mean, you got to be scared to death when you get ready to punt. But, it's just complete dominance by North Greene up front, really. I mean, Unaka's had a couple maybe decent runs here in the second half, but most of the time it's either for no gain or for a loss, and now we got 4th down and here to my house and on Mount Carmel Road to make it, so they're going to have to punt it, which has been an experience all night long.
So McKinney could not pick up enough yards. So in the backfield, repass and gets away. Quickly catches it, gets away on a low snap. It takes a wonderful Unaka roll as it hits inside the 45 to the 40. And Jake Duffy's going to watch it die inside the 40 at the 37-yard line. That's where North Greene will take over 1st and 10. They've scored 22 unanswered.
That may be the fastest punt, getting a punt off, kickoff we've ever seen. He about kicked it before he caught it. But he's had, he says the ball snapped to me, straight to me. Great snap, by the way. And he said, I'm getting this thing out of here. So, I mean, North Greene can really put a hammer on here right now. But this would be a good time if you're North Greene, in my opinion, to turn around and hand it to number 3 and just drive the ball down the field and take time off the clock.
In the 4th quarter, 10:30 to play here in this contest. North Greene has reeled off 22 unanswered. They've lost back-to-back years to Unaka, 42-0, 38-12 after winning 8 of 10 prior to that. So it'll be a 1st down and 10 for the Huskies. Darnell working out of the pistol formation. He's going to keep it around the right end, faking it to Yeshua Vaught, 40, 45, and he should have enough for a first. They mark him down at the 48.5. It's an Apex Bank 1st and 10.
Okay, I like it. What did we start that play off with?
Yeshua Vaught.
You got to make. I don't know if Unaka has been aware of Yeshua or not. So, he's pounded him a couple times tonight. Play off of him, use him, either hand it to him or play off of him where you can have your quarterback keep it and go around the edge. Now, this ball does not need to be in the air.
No. Yeshua tonight, 5. It's amazing to really even think about. He only has officially 5 carries, 39 yards. Behind the line pass, and this is a fumble. They haven't blown it dead, and Grayson Collins breaks a tackle as he picks up the drop pass behind the line of scrimmage, and he will actually gain something where he should have lost 5, probably should have lost the football, but North Greene will pick it up and carry it across midfield to the Unaka 49 and gain 2 on the play.
I think he was disgusted that he missed the ball, and then all of a sudden he thought, I don't hear any whistles blowing. I'm going to pick it up and run.
Yeah.
And Unaka finally reacted.
9.5 to play here in this 4th quarter. 2nd down and 8 coming up. Snap is back. Handoff is Yeshua Vaught. He'll run it to the left side. He's broken it to some daylight into the secondary at the 40. And he'll take it down to the Unaka 35-yard line. It's another Apex Bank 1st and 10. Just drilling off chunk play after chunk play. Battle of attrition. And right now, North Greene is winning that battle at the line of scrimmage.
They're within a line of scrimmage. And I don't know if Yeshua is what his health is, by the way, but if he's 100% healthy, he's touching it every time.
So, snap is back. Quick snap. Not taking a lot of time off the clock here. And Darnell is going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. And right there in the middle of that defensive front is going to be Tyler Smith, who is also supposed to be injured for today's game, but has been out there since the snap, and it will be no gain, potentially a loss of a half yard.
I believe that's a last week's roster there. Okay, it's just I don't have time to print off another, and we just go with what we had last week. These people are injured. They're not injured anymore.
No.
40 plus, Dalton.
Everybody is injured. So, 2nd down and 11. Darnell working out of the pistol, and they have gone quick. They have not taken much time off the clock. They are looking to drive it. Darnell gets the snap, looks to pass, delivers a pass to Robbins at the 35, and he'll fight down to the 31-yard line, trying to fight through 2 would-be tacklers. And Greenless helping him up, also tackled by White. So it brings up 3rd down as the clock runs.
Yep. I'm not sure. Well, I just believe our clock right now is our friend, and we want to do anything that's keeping us from running the clock and putting the ball in the air.
Eagleton just went for 2, Tate says. And so South Greene hanging on to a lead there with about 28 seconds to play, 20-19. 7:50 to play here. On third down, handoff to Vaught, and there's a meeting in the backfield. Again, the snap is so late that the play is so late. And Vaught took a huge hit, and so it'll be fourth down and about 8.
And I think a lot of it's in that snap. The snap is giving the defense a chance to react. And that time the Unaka defensive line just blew through North Greene, and as soon as Yeshua got it, he's met.
Again, they're not wasting any time. They're getting to the line of scrimmage. They're ready to snap it. And they have plenty of time on that play clock.
We need to hold up a sign on the side that says clock.
North Greene is going to burn a timeout here. So North Greene leads 22-14. They take a timeout here in the fourth quarter with 7:06 to play. We'll step aside and return in 30 seconds here from the Tundra. The North Greene Huskies leading the Unaka Rangers 22-14.
We got great philosophers in this world. We had Socrates and Plato and all that stuff, but I don't know if any of them can line up with Sir Dalton Lamb and his philosophy.
Yeah, Lamb.
Yeah.
I love Lamb. Penalty flag is thrown. False start against the North Greene Huskies.
False start, North Greene.
I got a question.
Yeah.
All right, how much time's left?
Time, 6-something.
7:02.
So 7.
I can see the clock.
Okay, sorry.
I
can't see it.
Who's ahead?
The Huskies are ahead.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Fourth down, about 13 coming up here. And now they're going to punt. 7:02 left. Unaka down 22-14. Potentially about to receive the.
Oh my gosh!
And the snap hit the center's rear end, and fortunately there was a false start because the ball really didn't get back to Collins. So another false start on the Huskies.
We're trying to win this thing, okay?
I know, we're trying.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
Now you got to punt it.
Looking for a 3-win season. It'd be Tilson's first year. He went 3-7. So fourth down. And we got another false start.
Well, I hate to tell number 11 or whoever it is right there, even though that guy moved, you can't move to point at him. Yeah, it's 40. You know, you see it on Saturday, you know, when in college or pro, you can jump across as long as you don't make contact, and that's when you point at him. Well, you can't do that here. And he moved to point at him, but he jumped, put himself in motion.
Unaka's coming after it. Collins trying to get around the edge to punt it away, and he does a fabulous job just to get it away. Now, where will it be spotted? It wasn't the...
This is my favorite play, by the way.
Oh, and it's going to be out at the 41. So the punt's going to go about 7 yards. But the job that he did was just getting outside and avoiding the rush.
Well, that's kind of like talking about this 40 and this blank and this plus sign of being a 40 plus. That was a 7 plus right there because that had trouble written all over it. And they just ran 1 second off the clock on that punt. It was 7:02 when it snapped. He feels it, rose to the right, and still 1 second. Time just flies when you're having fun.
He ran about 30 yards in 1 second. He's the fastest dude out there. Lead toss actually is a run right up the middle. They're trying to avoid the outside and go right up the middle now. And the North Greene Huskies are there to stop Barton for a gain of maybe a yard. As right there in the middle of it is Caleb Fields, who makes that stop, helped out as well by Ethan White. So it's second down and 9.
If you're Unaka, you kind of got to get an idea we're going to get number 7 McKinney out there on the edge somewhere. Let him do something. he probably don't need to hand it off.
Yeah. They're banged up. They are short-staffed, if you will, with their numbers. 6:20 to play here in the game. North Greene scored 22 unanswered in the third quarter. And there's flags everywhere for an illegal snap.
Oh, I thought it was illegal. Illegal lineman downfield. That's been the vote call tonight. If it's one thing if a guard or a tackle somebody doesn't know the snap count, that's bad enough. But when the center doesn't, then you've got serious issues.
Well, he's upset with himself.
Yeah. But he has a lot of stuff going on. I mean, he's got, center has to be able to snap the ball between his legs without looking back to a quarterback that can catch it and then block somebody at the same time right after he snaps it. He's got some guy lined out up over his head is wanting to break him in half.
And that's Chris White, who's been a force here in the second half. So 2nd and 15, a handoff from the 36. We'll get up to about the 40-yard line. And there on that stop is going to be Christian Cogdell. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 11, just shy of the 40.
I don't know what Unaka's going to do right now. I mean, their passing game is not working very well. They're not able to run it. That kind of limits yourself.
Everything that worked in the first half is
not worked at all.
There's good adjustments coming up here in this second half for the Huskies. As we go to 5 minutes to play in the game. Unaka will send repass in motion. Back to pass is going to be McKinney with some time. He's going to let one go deep, and White is behind the defense at the 30, 20, 15, and down to the 11-yard line. It's going to be a Apex Bank 1st and 10 as Isaiah White gets behind the defense, and McKinney delivers a dart.
Excellent throw, excellent time. That time Unaka was able to keep the quarterback clean. And as a defensive back, your number one rule is nobody gets deeper than you are. And that time, the receiver just kind of ran by the defensive back, had a couple steps on the defensive back. Quarterback laid it out there, and he ran under it. A good recovery by North Greene, keeping him out of the end zone.
4.5 and counting here in the football game. The Unaka Rangers with their biggest play of the second half. Block, punt, interception, both set up touchdowns in the third. And then a fumble set up the other touchdown for the Huskies. So now McKinney rolls the pocket under pressure, looks to deliver. It's incomplete, and it brings up 2nd down and 10.
Well, Leon Johnson and Yeshua Vault again had a pressure right off the snap off that edge. They're not blocking those people.
No.
And if you're not blocked, well, then you just go after it. And that time, McKinney had no chance of getting his feet set. He had a receiver open, but they had no chance to set his feet and deliver it because he was under pressure.
Unaka will break the huddle, facing 2nd and 10 from the North Greene 11-yard line. North Greene leads 22-14. Barton is in the backfield, repass in motion. He's going to get the toss and look to pass. He'll throw it late. And I think it may have been picked. No, it's just deflected out of play as White was the intended target, and the Huskies had 3 players around him. It's incomplete, 3rd down and 10.
Well, that's the halfback pass, and a lot of times you'll see that maybe once, probably not more than once a game, and that's about 3 or 4 times they've run the halfback pass. And now Unaka's got 2 downs to get this thing into the end zone.
Well, might as well throw it a few more times. We also haven't seen ineligible men downfield all game.
Yeah.
3rd down, 10 from the 11. Down 8. Unaka facing this 3rd down. This will be McKinney right up the middle. He breaks 1 tackle from Christian White, but he's not going to get away from Cogdell. Inside the 10 to the 9. We're going to be 4th down and 8 coming up for the Unaka Rangers.
And if you're Unaka, this play right here, we need to say timeout. We need to discuss this because this could very well easily be the game. But I don't.
And a timeout will be asked for by the Unaka Rangers. 3:31 to play.
I'm not sure why Unaka took so long to call a timeout.
I don't know. So 3 and change. 3:31 to play here in the football game. North Greene leads at 22-14. Really what this sets up, North Greene a win can virtually say, hey, we're going to the playoffs, there's still the Cosby contest will have a lot to say with that. They could get to that third seed. Cloudland and Jellicoe seem to be right now the teams that are in a lock as the number 1 and number 2. With this win, North Greene will go to 2-2. Unaka would fall to 2-2. They have the win against Hancock County head-to-head in the event something happens against Cosby in Week 11 of the season, the last game of the regular season. North Greene is to win that. They would leapfrog Unaka for that third spot for sure. If they were to lose that game and Unaka loses as well, it looks as if they will still have the head-to-head. So a win here virtually assures North Greene will avoid a 4-versus-1 matchup and would be the 3 seed.
You'd rather be a third any day.
So here it is, 4th down. Setting up a screen. It's going to be complete. Repass 10, 5, and did he get in? Touchdown, Unaka, as the Rangers set up and dial up, countering all of the pass rush that North Greene had brought, and Brennan Repass catches it at the line of scrimmage and pounds his way into the end zone, and Unaka's a 2-point conversion away from tying it.
Yeah, that was, if I'm Unaka, I call timeout again, make sure I get this right. But that's the third, at least the third middle screen that Unaka has run tonight, and every time it's been rather successful. What they end up doing is they fake it to the running back, and he just runs down to the middle of the field and turns around. All the offensive linemen, you're taught to hit and release. So all them defensive linemen think, oh, no, all of a sudden I'm Mr. Pass Rusher, so they want to get after the quarterback, and they just lob it over their head, and then you got blockers in front of them. This is major.
2-point conversion. McKinney holding it, lobbing it, end zone, and it's incomplete. The Huskies turn away the 2-point attempt and hold the lead. Kickoff is coming up. With 3:18 to play, we go to a break in your new score. North Greene 22, Unaka 20, as you listen to the Gateway Ford Nissan Game of the Week, driven by Radio Greeneville Sports.
The mission at TRC Logistics is providing independent advice and identifying the right fit for you. Services are sourced and procured based on solution specifications provided by our supply chain solution. TRC Logistics has the freight management experience you need with the quality you can depend on. Customer service is our goal, not increased profit margins. The mission at TRC Logistics is simple: to provide high-quality services in a timely manner. Our team caters to each project's specific needs to ensure excellence. When service matters, TRC Logistics is the solution.
And that went to repass, but the 2-point conversion was well defended. And now Unaka will line up for the onside. It would appear.
How many timeouts they got left? One.
Mendez to attempt the onside.
Oh, my
It
goodness.
will get through a Husky, and it will go out of play after it was touched by a North Greene Husky.
Oh, look here.
And we've got a little extra going on afterwards.
I believe somebody got upset over there. When he grabs somebody by the shoulder pads and pushes him 15 yards down the field, I believe he's ticked. Which right there is going to give North Greene absolutely fantastic field position if it's against Unaka.
So there is a flag down. The ball went underneath the returner, it would appear.
And probably went out of bounds, so that's a penalty too, isn't it?
It did go, but if it was touched, no.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think it may have been touched. So the flag came, this would be a dead ball personal foul.
Yeah, personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct because, oh my gosh. Oh, offsetting.
It'll be first down as the ball apparently went out at the North Greene 48.
And they got both North Greene and Unaka offsetting penalties. That's kind of, I don't know if I like it or not. Somebody started it.
3:16 to play. The Huskies have a 2-point lead. Unaka, their only drive here of the second half, came on a huge pass play, a better than 30 yards. McKinney to White, setting up the touchdown.
Oh, my.
Handoff to Yeshua Vaught, and he'll be driven into the turf behind the line of scrimmage. No one blocking for him there. And it's going to continue to run the clock, and the Unaka Rangers, I think, will burn their last timeout, so they do.
Okay, now, at this point in time, Unaka is going to sell out to the run because right now, if you're North Greene, you're trying to run the clock out. So they're going to hand it to Yeshua, and they're just keying on him, and they're coming after him. If Darnell fakes it to him and pulls it out and comes around this corner, he may be running for days, but you got to sell out to stop the run.
So we're at 3 minutes to play in the football game. They may add some time because I think the clock ran. It did. So they put some time back up on the clock. Next week, the North Greene Huskies jump out of conference play as they host Happy Valley Senior Night here from the Tundra before traveling to Cosby. And what appears is even win or lose, they are going to be the 3 seed. It appears. No, that would not be true. Unaka would have to win and have to beat Cloudland at the end of the season to get the 3 seed. In the event North Greene loses. If they stay tied, North Greene has head-to-head. Darnell going to keep it, and the Rangers are ready for it. They make the stop behind the line of scrimmage, so it's going to bring up 3rd down and 15. They've got a guy signed to 3. They got a guy signed to. That is their last time.
Okay, they didn't call a timeout on the 2-point conversion like some great ex-coach said they should have, which probably is why I'm an ex-coach and save that timeout for right now. But that was a big play. They did, and I give Unaka credit. You know, I said that they fake it to Yeshua, and Darnell pulls it out and goes around the end, and that's what they did. But Unaka must have been saying, they may fake it. Somebody, they listened to us on the radio.
That's what it is.
They've got the radio over there, and they said, that daggone Coach Carter said, they're going to fake it to Yeshua Vaught, and the quarterback's going to keep it.
Then they probably did say daggone. Third down and about 16 coming up for the North Greene Huskies out of the timeout from the Unaka Rangers. Unaka trying to get back into it after North Greene scores 22 unanswered in the third, thanks to a block punt return for a touchdown, interception return to the 3, Yeshua Vaught touchdown, and then a fumble recovered in the end zone by Colton Robbins. The 2-point conversions were converted on the 2nd and 3rd touchdowns. Unaka into a prowl mode. And Darnell going to roll the pocket near side. He's going to throw it away. And it's going to stop the clock. It's a free timeout for Unaka with 2:54 to play in the football game.
Well, basically what you got to tell that quarterback is don't do that. I mean, if you get sacked,
eat it.
That's fine because guess what's running? But right now, because it's the incomplete pass and the clock stops on an incomplete pass, then, as you said, it's a free timeout, and Unaka will have, barring some kind of oddity in this kicking game, they're going to have good field position and a ton of time.
Collins back to receive the snap in punt formation are the Huskies. A low snap. Collins just gets it away and somehow gets it through the line, and it's going to be fielded, or is it not? The Huskies think they have the football. McKinney did not touch it. McKinney didn't touch it. The Huskies felt like he was standing there. Now, how Collins got it through the line, I don't know.
I don't know.
Because the ball was only about 4 feet off the ground. There's some big old boys out there.
I don't. It defies the laws of physics. Because there's no way that a spherical object can go through a block wall. Okay? I mean, it don't happen.
I know.
Somebody got their armpits shaved.
2:44 to play in the football game. North Greene holding a 22-20 lead. Connor McKinney and the Unaka offense back out there. McKinney snap. It's low. Rolls the pocket. Throws it. Incomplete. It'll be incomplete as Yeshua Vaught knocks it away. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
I know you called going to the well a lot of times, too much or whatever, but Unaka has had great success with the screen pass, the middle screen. You'd almost be tempted, even though you run it all night long, to try that one more time. And so North Greene needs to be aware of that because they want to put a lot of pressure on the passer.
2nd down 10. Snap back for McKinney. Rolls the pocket right side. Robbins putting him under pressure. This pass is almost intercepted by Brandon Weems. Had it in his hands and out of his hands. It's incomplete, and it's 3rd and 10.
Well, you had receivers, about 2 receivers on that side. You're rolling the quarterback to the right side. And then when you have receivers over there, you've got defenders on the receivers, plus you got defenders chasing the quarterback. It gets crowded over there. That's back like trying to kick the punter ball through a bunch of arms. That looks the same difference.
Well, it's not anything. Unaka doesn't go forward unless they face 3rd down. They've converted 6 of them on the night. And McKinney will stand in the gun and get the snap. Quarterback draw right up the middle. He's lost the football. It's loose. It's recovered by Unaka all the way back inside the 30 at the 26-yard line. And it'll be 4th down and 14. They live for another down. And I see what my issue was. The bean bag is not like a blue color. It's like orange.
Yeah, see, I knew you were on it. Hey.
Oh, it's pink.
Pink.
Good.
Yeah,
good.
thanks.
It shouldn't be. That's ridiculous.
That editorial is brought to you in courtesy of Brian's statement.
That is causing so much confusion.
Here it is. Here it is. Here it is.
Middle screen is going to be caught by White. A flag down for illegal men downfield because it hit an offensive lineman, and the 4th down play is not converted either way, as White can only make it across the 35 to the 37.
We got 2 flags. An ineligible receiver downfield, and
should be an illegal touching.
Is that illegal touching?
It's 1st and 10, North Greene. They failed.
Wow. That's called hanging on for survival.
What a comeback, though.
Oh, it was amazing. Right? It was amazing. North Greene was playing like Unaka in the first half. And then the roles reversed. Unaka is a tale of 2 halves. Unaka pretty much controlled most of the first half, and North Greene has come out and pretty much up to the minute 36, they've gone to control the 4th quarter.
All North Greene has to do is take really 3 knees. As Unaka.
That's pretty impressive. You're going to take 3 knees.
3 knees. 3 kneel downs.
Oh, 3 kneel downs. I'm sorry.
Kneels.
My bad.
Kneels.
Kneel.
22-20, North Greene scores 22 unanswered. It was all Unaka in the first half. And then just a little glimmer of some hope to start the the end of the first half for the North Greene Huskies offensively. But they threw an interception at the goal line after they had a touchdown call back because of an illegal touching for a receiver who went out for a pass who was covered up at the line of scrimmage.
It was actually a tackle.
Yes. And you could sense maybe they had something, but it was really the block punt that got things going.
Yeah, got things going early.
So a kneel down, and the clock will run, and the North Greene Huskies, barring a win against Cosby and then a Unaka loss, will be the 3 seed in the playoffs. That's what they have coming up. Unaka kind of simulating a snap count could be penalized here as they're kind of dinking.
If that referee does this, no, he's going to pull. I've seen him, kind of hesitate about putting the ball in ready for play or whatever, putting it down. But he's going to make them do it. He's going to make them snap it again.
Just one more time.
Yeah.
They'll snap it. The North Greene Huskies will win it. The Huskies come from 14 down. They knock off the Unaka Rangers. They clinch a playoff spot. There is no other way that they can take that loss, not be awarded that, as they have the head-to-head with Hancock County. They must beat Cosby, who must as well take another loss in the event. So week 11 could mean a lot, but virtually clinching the spot, they will at least be ahead of Unaka unless Unaka upsets Cloudland. And then if North Greene loses, Unaka would be the number 3, North Greene the 4. But for the moment, it definitely appears as if they have avoided that 4 seed.
And I'm telling you, it's like we talked about at the beginning, it's better. I'd rather go in at number 3 and play a 2 seed than go in as the number 4 seed and play the other region's number 1 team. That's a pretty tough task.
On the road.
On the road.
North Greene mounts a 14-point comeback, scoring 22 unanswered in the third, and they knock off the shorthanded Unaka Rangers tonight here in Belton. Your final score, North Greene 22, Unaka 20. Back with your McAfee and McAfee postgame after this. This is the Gateway Ford Nissan Game of the Week, presented by Radio Greeneville Sports.
Rusty's Tire Alignments
At
Construction.
Corner Pond, the friendly and knowledgeable staff has the experience necessary to help you out regardless the need. Have an item of value you'd like to pawn or sell? Corner Pond can help. They pawn numerous items of value, including firearms, tools, ammunition, silver, coins, and much more. When you walk through their doors, you'll find well-stocked shelves full of electronics, gaming systems, fishing and hunting equipment, car audio and accessories. And don't forget about the room full of guitars and basses and amplifiers, or their outside lawn and garden equipment. Corner Pond is a case knife dealer and carries numerous used knives as well. Stop by and let the friendly staff at Corner Pond help you today at 432 East Bernard Avenue, Greeneville, Tennessee. Tommie's Plumbing has provided professional plumbing services to the residents of Greeneville, Tennessee for over 30 years. Our experience and reputation have helped us grow our business to add locations in Jonesboro, Tennessee. Tommie's Plumbing is local and family owned, and we offer a full line of plumbing services, such as kitchen faucet, shower faucets, commodes, and bathroom faucets, as well as drain cleaning. We also provide outside plumbing work, such as septic and sewer drain cleanouts, as well as repair and replace. Tommie's Plumbing pretty much does it all. Tommie's Plumbing is licensed, bonded, and insured. Our quality workmanship and passion to provide our clients with expert service is second to none. We guarantee we have the best warranty around. For all your plumbing needs, give Tommie's a call at 638-3662.
The second half, and we kind of broken it down the entire second half, but Unaka received the second half kickoff, and they would be forced to a 3-and-out. They just went backwards. The Huskies brought it. It was pressure every single snap in the second half, and even on the punts. They would block a punt. Colton Robbins blocks the punt. He would then return it the distance for the touchdown on the block punt, and the extra point would be blocked. It was 14-6. On the very next offensive play, Unaka would throw, and it would be Thomas Darnell stepping in front, coming up with an interception, returning it down to the 3. The next touch, Yeshua Vaught would get into the end zone for the score. The 2-point conversion ties the game at 14 on the pass play from Darnell to Robbins. We go into the fourth quarter. We go right at the end of the third, and Unaka has the ball deep in their own territory, and thanks to North Greene actually getting stopped, punting it deep, and the Unaka Rangers would take over, and then they're trying to run the ball out of the back, and I think it was Vaught that comes up with a hit on repass, knocks the ball free. The ball would ping around a bit in the end zone. Finally, it's recovered by Colton Robbins, who falls on top of it for the touchdown. The 2-point conversion also converted, and the North Greene Huskies lead at 22-14. We go into the fourth quarter. The Unaka Rangers are facing 3rd and long. They just throw it deep. Isaiah White makes the catch 34 yards later. He's at the 11, and it is 1st and 10 there. It's 4th and 8 from the 9-yard line. They run a middle screen. Repass gets into the end zone. The 2-point conversion is batted away, but North Greene gets the ball on an onside attempt, short field, but they go backwards. They are forced to punt the ball away. Somehow, Grayson Collins gets it away, and Unaka is forced into the 3-and-out as well. As they gamble on 4th down, I should say. They go for it. They don't get it. 3 kneel downs by the North Greene Huskies, and they're going to get the victory here tonight, which is because of Cloudland's win against Cosby, has locked up a playoff berth for the North Greene Huskies as well. And if and only if Unaka wins against Cloudland, that's the only way they being North Greene, cannot be the number 3 seed. For North Greene, they get 10 first downs, 23 carries, 51 yards, They were 10 of 20 passing was Darnell for 67 yards, 2 picks, 6 penalties, 26 yards, just 1 of 9 on third downs. It doesn't matter. There's hidden yardage here. The hidden yardage is a block bunt return for a touchdown and an interception return down to the 3, which resulted into a touchdown and a fumble recovery in the end zone. A lot of hidden yardage in this game for the Huskies. Unaka, 33 carries, just 35 yards. McKinney, along with Repass, were 13 of 25 combined for 186 yards, 2 touchdowns and 2 picks, plus 1 fumble, 3 turnovers, 10 penalties. About guarantee 8 of them are illegal men downfield for 45 yards, and they went 4 of 14 on third down in the football game. Individually for the North Green Huskies running the football, it was Yeshua Vaught, 8 carries, 46 yards to score, and Thomas Darnell, 12 carries for 13 yards. Darnell was 12 of 18 passing for 73 yards and 2 picks, and the top target was Colton Robbins, 7 catches for 57 yards in the football game. 7 tackles tonight by Brandon Weems as he just played well. I think 6 of those happened in the second half. Leon Johnson with 5 tackles, including hits behind the line of scrimmage. For the Unaka Rangers tonight, big credit for Connor McKinney, 14 carries, 35 yards. It was Barton who had 12 carries for 24 yards. Passing tonight, 11 of 19 for McKinney. Repass 2 of 4. McKinney throws for 173, 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. And it was Isaiah White, 6 catches, 112 yards receiving. Repass 6 catches for 72 yards and 2 touchdowns on the day. And Greenless finishing with 9 tackles in the football game, including 2 interceptions for the Unaka Rangers. That's your Interline Mortgage scoring recap dedicated to finding the right loan for you. Call 552-2186. More of the McAfee and McAfee postgame continues after this with your final score, North Green 22 and Unaka 20. This is the Gateway Ford Nissan Game of the Week, presented by Radio Greeneville Sports.
Hi, Mike Harrell here with a message from Roto-Rooter. Roto-Rooter is a big city name, but we are actually a locally owned and family operated business. When we come to your house, we bring state-of-the-art equipment and technology from Roto-Rooter to fix your problem right the first time. Roto-Rooter, often imitated, never duplicated. Call 636-ROTO. That's 636-ROTO. Roto-Rooter.
This is Joseph with the McAfee and McAfee Law Firm. You're the people that make us proud of the work we do. When one of you is injured in an accident, the first question we ask is your name, not your claim number. We stand for the people of our community every day, working to get the settlement you deserve. We are McAfee and McAfee attorneys, and we make your problems our problems. We're the right firm right now. Check out our sweet new website, McAfeeattorneys.com, or call us day or night at 638-7000.
This is the McAfee and McAfee Law Office postgame show. And now, the Greeneville Real Estate and Auction Team Player of the Game.
Right, so it's time for the Greeneville Real Estate and Auction Team Player of the Game. And that's decided by the coach, Barry Carter, and a North Green team that wins it by a final score of 22-20. We welcome you back into the McAfee and McAfee postgame. Coach, our player of the game or games tonight?
The North Green defense.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
I mean, you could have picked out Brandon Miller, Christian Cogdell, Leon Johnson, Yeshua.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah, well, I've improved.
Yeah.
But as a whole, the North Green defense absolutely shut down Unaka in the second half. Actually, from about the second quarter on, but they were completely dominant in the second half. A few plays, positive yards, but most of the time they were playing behind the chains all night, and they just brawled it in the second half and didn't give Unaka a chance to do anything. So the players of the game, North Green defense.
That is your Greeneville Real Estate Auction Team Players of the Game. And that is brought to you by Bill Brown and his great team. Call him today at 525-5341. So, Coach, tonight the North Green Huskies, by virtue of the Cloudland win against Cosby, have solidified a playoff berth. They could be as high as 3 if they are to slip up against Cosby, and Unaka is to upset Cloudland. Then they would fall to the 4 seed, but it looks as if they'll be the 3. They did figure some things out defensively in the second half. They brought a lot of pressure, and the school's leading rusher tonight didn't have his pretty – I thought Unaka had a good game plan against the running game of the North Greene Huskies tonight, but they found a way.
Yeah, and that's the thing about when you got an outstanding player. And I've said this so many times. You look at what a team likes to do, and you try to take that away.
Yeah.
Okay, you got a guy who's run some more yards than probably most of my team in my career.
Yeah.
That's not right either. But so you got to come up and you got to take them away from the team away from what they like to do and make them do something they're not accustomed to or the best at. And North Greene, but I think the difference was that North Greene's defense is just dominant. I mean, they took Vaught away, but North Greene took about everything away basically from what Unaka tried to do, except for a few plays. But as a whole, yes.
So we're kind of out of conference play next week. The Chucky Doak Black Knights will be in conference play. We've got a couple of games for you. The coach and I are heading to Granger to watch South Greene, who apparently survived tonight on the road at Eagleton after the two-point conversion. Eagleton went for the win, and they didn't get it.
You don't want to hear my philosophy on that.
The Chucky Doak Black Knights will be at Unicoi, who were down 26-7 at halftime, and rally for a victory against Claiborne on the road tonight. Big. So Chucky Doak and Unicoi next week. Couple of games for that. We saw Granger early in the season, non-conference game, a South Greene team that, what the issue is, no Nash Raider. He's injured. He's out for the rest of the regular season. So they go down to Eagleton without Nash Raider tonight, and we're able to get a victory. And we'll see them next week at Granger.
Next man up mentality.
Connor Race, a good player. And they've got great talent. And you can put Dion Blair in that backfield as well.
Yeah.
But, again, it's that same adage. You lose somebody in single A, double A, you're moving one guy here, and then you got to pay.
It's the ripple effect. Somebody you lose one player, but you have to move two or three to take care of it. It's not like you have somebody steps right up behind him, and you have to move somebody from over here to over there and over there to over here. So it affects everything.
Always good to see you. Good job.
Oh, gosh, I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's good
I
times.
hope I wasn't too silly tonight. But
it's good times.
Dalton brought it out in me. I can't help it.
He does a good job bringing it out in you, for sure. Tonight, the North Greene Huskies rally from 14 down. They knock off Unaka by a final score of 22-20, as they will be back in action next week as they will be hosting Happy Valley here at the Tundra before closing out the season on the road to Cosby. Meanwhile, Unaka will go to Hampton next week, and then, oh, by the way, have Cloudland on the road as well, ending the year with 3 consecutive road games for the Unaka Rangers. The executive producer of the Gateway Ford Nissan Game of the Week is Nathan Humbert. Studio host is Jim Miller. Game station engineer Jeff Moore tonight. Special thanks, as always, to Rhonda Carter, helping us out here on site, and also to the staff here at North Greene High School for their hospitality, athletic director James Buchanan.
Who?
And always good to see Dalton Lamb and all the boys of Grassroots Media providing the pictures of tonight's contest between North Greene and Unaka. We invite you to stay tuned for the Gateway Ford Nissan scoreboard. Scores analysis, a little bit clearer playoff picture tonight potentially for high school football action, light action I should say, across much of Upper East Tennessee. The Gateway Ford Nissan Game of the Week is a special presentation of Radio Greeneville Sports. Your final, North Greene 22, Unaka 20. So, for the coach, Barry Carter, I'm Brian Staten, and until next Friday night under the lights, good night.